Merry almost Christmas, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That was my only opportunity to play some Christmas music without getting in trouble. So I thought I would go ahead and do that. Thank you, Nancy Jean and Ron, for joining me tonight. I don't know who else is going to pop in and join us. Thank you to everyone in the chat. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to maybe toss some cards, maybe tell some funny stories. There may be some antlers worn, flashing lights, I'm not sure what. But thank you, everyone, for being here. How are you guys doing?
It's Friday the 23rd of December.
Everyone's doing okay with the storm and all that good stuff? Everybody's...
Yeah, I mean, Texas survived. We didn't, we didn't blow away, but Dallas gets enough cold weather that we're kind of prepared for it. But other folks in other parts of the state just aren't, and this is really hard on them.
It's been a lot. The storm literally has gone like all around the Great Lakes. I know that there's other, like Washington and Vancouver and Alberta and Idaho are getting hit. New Brunswick is getting hit, and Nova Scotia is getting hit. Orlando got hit with like major rain. So
my husband said he didn't get an invite.
No, I didn't send him the invite. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. This is our Christmas Eve sort of chat and cards, we're calling it. Last year we did this, because it's really important to me that people have a place to go. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. Not everybody has a great Christmas, and some people are very, upset or sad at Christmas. And I just wanted to be able to provide a place for people to go and hang out. And last year, Ron was here with me, and Sophie and Kathleen J. Lightworker and a whole bunch of other folks. And we just had an absolute ball. So we're back here again.
I don't remember last year. I don't.
You don't? We had all kinds of fun. I'm glad it was important to you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just lucky to be able to get on the internet tonight.
Right. We have this like
places that the electric poles are broken in half. So
right,
and people don't have electricity on the eve of Christmas.
Yes,
it's terrible.
It is terrible. It's very scary. But we're going to keep everyone warm and cozy with some laughter and some funny stories and all that good stuff. I hope that's it's funny because I was like, okay, so I was going to call this a wrap job and literally go out there and have you all watch me wrap presents. And I thought, well, that might be boring. Then I thought, well, I could make some sweets, right? Some cupcakes, or I bought myself a new donut pan to make the old-fashioned style cake donuts that you bake them in the oven. And I thought, well, I've never done that before, and I don't want the people in the chat to hear me lose it or person swear, so that might not be a great idea. And I thought, well, why don't I just toss cards, because I'm good at that. So I'll just do that. I'll just stick with what I know.
Always the safest way.
That's it.
You ever hear of French baguette?
Yes.
I made some, and we had some tonight. So me and my wife.
Oh, nice.
And then we were listening to. It's been 3 years since I've been to the dance, because me and my wife used to go dancing.
Yes.
And we listened to this CD, Achy Breaky Dance. I remember dancing to that song and everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
I
love that. There's nothing wrong with that. I've told this story before. So my grandmother's birthday was Christmas Day, and growing up, all of my aunts and uncles had like jukeboxes in their basements, and we would go to wherever Nana was for dinner, and then we would like party all over again to celebrate her birthday. And we would leave at like 4 a.m, 5 a.m, 6 a.m, like on the December 26th. And I thought that was normal. I thought that's the way everybody celebrated Christmas, until when I met my first husband. Like, they were all in bed by 8:30, and I was like, well, this is weird. Well, that's literally what I thought. So now that I'm a little bit older and some people are missing in the family and I live so far away and the pandemic has kept me at home, I'm like, now I'm that person who is like, yeah, it's, I'd still love Christmas, but it's very low key, is what I'm trying to say. And I love it. I love the low key, but I also miss the good old days of the, party till you drop kind of idea.
Well, I grew up in a family of 5, and my first husband was an only child. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, if you have a lot of kids in your family, don't marry an only child because they have all these warped ideas. But and they don't live well with us. But anyway,
I'm only child, and I don't have.
I'm sorry, Ron. Your wife lucked out. You matured normally. Anyway, we got to Christmas Day, and I was used to just the havoc of the house and just all the noise and all of and my parents. We always went out and we had big Christmas parties on Christmas Eve. That's where we'd be now, is out having seafood chowder and ham and all the stuff with the people. And I woke up on Christmas Day, and after having had a bore me half to death Christmas Eve, I woke up and we opened up our presents very civilly with one another, and I just sat down in a chair and I just started crying. I said, "This isn't Christmas."
Yeah.
And so my husband got up out of the chair and he went around the house and he turned on every radio and TV in the house.
Yeah.
And he said, "Is that enough noise?"
Yeah.
I mean, he said, "I don't know what to do with this," but.
And you can't help it. I mean, if that's what you're used to, that's what you're used to, right?
Yeah, he had a very disengaged parents anyway. So he wouldn't, like, when he finally, the next year we went to Illinois for Christmas and we're at my parents' house. And when he saw Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the way we celebrated, he said, "No wonder you thought it was so strange."
Yeah. I've had similar experiences where people have joined me at, like, when my family celebrates Christmas and they're like, "Oh, okay, we get it now." I'm like, I thought it was perfectly normal. We used to go to McDonald's sometimes on drive-through for breakfast on the 26th. I would drive because everyone in the family was intoxicated. I don't drink, so I was the DD. But it was like 6 a.m. or whatever, driving them through the drive-thru, and they're all like in the back seat. But like but still from Christmas dinner clothing on, like we just were leaving, and that was perfectly normal and natural to me.
I have positive stories and also negative ones. But positive, when I was a young child, I had relatives. I'm the only child, by the way, but they had parties where everybody had guitars and sing along stuff, And they made us sing, so they throw pennies and when you get a white, like a dime or 5 cents, we went, "Oh, wow." But one night, my mother told me this because I didn't remember it, but she said they all went to bed. Everybody went to bed. So I got up, and they used to leave their glass of beer, half this and half.
Oh my God, Ron, you didn't.
Yes,
I totally.
I had
did the same thing.
I had a guitar, which is a play toy,
Yeah.
So I went like they did because I was doing like they did. So I drank that. Oh Jesus, was I ever sick? Oh my God! And my mother woke up, and I was going, "Wow, wow, wow." So,
I love it,
boy. Oh yeah,
I love it.
Crazy.
You know what's really funny about that story, Ron?
Wants if you send her.
Hi, Christy. Sure, I'll send it to you, love.
But I remember that time. I don't remember, but my mother said you were sick like crazy. But I'm making noise with that guitar and doing like they do. Like in my imagination, I was singing with that play toy.
Well, trust me, there was no one in my family that you would have wanted to hear near an instrument or singing. Oh, and I don't care how much they had to lubricate their thought process,
But guess what? I don't drink anymore. I don't drink. I don't touch it because is sick like that, and I had 2 alcoholic parents besides that. So, yeah. So the drama, okay, leave it behind. That's it. So, anyway, that was funny. Hey, Sophie.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
It is so good to see you. Look what I wore, Sophie, just for you. Look what I wore. It's like I knew you were going to text me. Do you see my shirt, my Frosty the Snowman?
Yes.
Do you remember last year and the whole Frosty the Snowman thing that we did? And the reading on Frosty the Snowman that went on for like 3 days straight.
Oh, yeah.
Building factory and the whole family.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
It's so good to see you. How are you?
So good to see with you. Thank you. Hello, Nancy. Nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you.
So I was telling Ron when Ron popped in that Nancy Jean's parents were born in Canada. So she is basically a Canadian. And so look here, folks, the Canadian friends have taken over. Mm-hmm. So Nancy Jean, Sophie, Nancy Jean.
Mm-hmm. Nice meeting you.
Yeah. She's from Quebec. She's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 and a half,
yeah.
Yeah, about from where I am. So
I can kind of find things in Ontario because that's where my parents were raised, but you get into the other provinces.
I've got a small
Chrissy.
cracker.
Yeah.
Hey, Chrissy.
Merry Christmas.
Limited chocolate modes in negotiations. Merry Christmas, Australia.
Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Oh, you're so cute, Chrissy. I love the hat.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, it came the other day. Slightly big, but
I just love
it.
It's fun to be able to indulge with my liking of steampunk. Yeah, after a long time. Can I have one of the Christmas stars with my coffee? Thank you, my darling. I waited on him for an hour and a half, so it's his time to look after me for a little bit.
Hey,
we're James in the morning. It's very, very hard to, so he needed some help. I just want to check out who's on the
She's got the nicest husband.
Stuff. It's lovely to see you all. Oh,
nice to see you.
Yeah, he is. Yes. I am in Perth in Western Australia, Nancy Jean.
Okay. I was going to say, how come it's so sunlight here? It couldn't be that sunlight.
I'm in Perth in Western Australia, so.
Whoops.
Yeah, no, it's going to be mid to high 20s, relatively cool, but still we're suckers, so we've got the aircon.
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys you're just starting your summer now, right?
They have summer, we have winter, so we have snow.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's summer here now. It's been surprisingly cool, even for December. And today and tomorrow, surprisingly cool because traditionally they're well over. But it's like the high 20s, like 25, 27 for the next few days, and that's unusual. But
we're
January
20,
and then February is the worst month.
So basically, what's happening here is
like
Christy is plus 20 and we're minus 20. So it's a small temperature.
And I am 20. And I am 20.
Pretty much.
My Fahrenheit, not yours.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Didn't they have freeze in Texas? I think I heard.
Oh yeah, it was below. It was in single digits the other night when I'm, and I'm in North Texas, but it got that cold south of me, much south of Dallas. They don't get a lot of like winter weather, but my son lives in Austin, and he was hurrying up to finish all his grilling so he could go back in the house. I mean, we're not used to this weather, and worse yet,
your houses aren't built for it either, really, is it?
Yeah, they're insulated. I live in a house that was built in 1971. I'm in the middle of a condo unit, and it's pretty well insulated. But my bedroom used to be the porch, And when the elderly lady who, hey, you look real good there, Opal.
Yeah, Sophie, you're upside down. Hello.
I'm upside down.
Yeah.
Something is happening with my computer because it's kind of
Oh,
like
please.
I'm trying to use my keyboard and it's in French and I don't use French on my keyboard. Now I'm like upside down.
You literally are upside down.
Yes, I am.
You also didn't tell me she was a Batwoman.
I didn't know she was Batwoman. Chrissy or Sophie comes with all sorts of surprises.
Horizontal? No. Well, if I was to use the right,
in the chat. Hi.
oh my goodness!
Look at Sophie defying gravity on Christmas Eve. You gotta love it.
No.
Here she is. Sophie, I know what you were trying to do. You were trying to figure out how Santa gets down the chimney. That's what you were doing.
That's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm trying to use the my keyboard, and my goddaughter uses my computer, and she always switches it to French.
Gotcha.
I don't know the French keyboard. I really don't, because I've only ever used a computer in an English environment.
Right.
So now I'm trying to figure out how to get my keyboard in English.
Rose Blue says, "Oh, what a feeling when we're dancing on the ceiling."
So when I was a child, my parents.
Steve has asked, Chrissy, do you have warm, summery Christmas songs in Australia? We do have a song called Christmas in Australia. Carols by Candlelight was held last night, and one of our rising country stars actually wrote a song called Christmas in the Sun, which include not just Australia, but Hawaii, Bahamas, all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest Aussie Christmas songs would be Six White Boomers, which is a boomer is a male kangaroo. And it's six white boomers, no white boomers, chasing, pulling Santa Claus through the blazing sun. Six white boomers, no white boomers, on his Australian run. That's all I know. But that's a favourite for kids. I mean, we used to learn it when we were kids and all that. So Six White Boomers, they replaced the big white male kangaroos, replacing the reindeer. I guess that's the most Australian.
Je te plumerai.
I love it. I don't know any Christmas songs.
Six White Boomers in French.
Six kangaroo blanc.
Kangaroo blanc.
Yeah, boomers. They're kangaroos, right?
Yeah.
So kangaroo blanc.
Mm-hmm. A boomer and a milk, yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See here, we've learned.
But a lot of people used to mistake it. You know, have you heard of Mondegreens, which are misheard lyrics? That's their official name. And I used to. My hearing's been buggered since I was a baby, and I used to think it was six white bloomers. So six white pairs of undies.
That's funny, Chrissy.
Yeah. So Mondegreen. Yeah, that's six white bloomers.
No wonder you blossomed. No wonder you blossomed.
Mondegreen. They're called Mondegreens because it came out of a song where I can't remember what the original words were, but it was something on the green. But they heard it Lady Mondegreen rather than laid them on the green. People used to mistake it for Lady Mondegreen, so that's why they're called Mondegreens.
Yeah.
And there's so much fun with misheard lyrics and all that. So,
I am terrible.
But yeah, I honestly used to think it was white boomers.
That's funny. I'm terrible with lyrics. When my when I first got my driver's license, my sister and I would be going somewhere, right? And I would be singing my brains out, and I always have to have the radio blasting because I have a horrible voice. Like I got to drown my own voice out for me to be able to sing, and I'm singing my brains out. And then she'd turn the volume down, and she'd say, what did you say? And I'd say, whatever I said, and she'd be like, you said that wrong. And I'm like, well, excuse me. Like she was like the word police or something like that. So, Sophie, what have you got?
His name is Poppy. Very original. That's my brother's and my niece's dog.
Oh,
so while they're partying, I'm babysitting a
And
little sick party. Hey,
sweetheart.
He is amazing. He is amazing. He can't hear you, but he's a year old, and he's acting like a very well behaved dog, except for the poops and the pees in the house. So he's trained, but jeez. But yeah, he's somewhat sick, and my brother hasn't seen his girlfriend in 14 days because everybody in the house is sick. So I'm home alone with him.
Well, then you're not the lucky one. You got the puppy. Exactly. I'd say that you got the big straw in that thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. The family's sick. That's not well. That's okay.
Oh no, that's okay. They're better now. So that's why they went to see his girlfriend. His girlfriend is immunodepressant or something like that. Like her immune system is low.
Oh, I see.
So they have to be very careful when one of them is sick. So he hasn't seen her in 14 days.
Oh.
And I said, go, please go.
Please. Yeah. Let me get you a car. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's very funny with the birds, because the birds, he runs after them.
Yeah.
The birds are free, and they do it on purpose. They fly over his head, and they go perch somewhere, and then the dog is chasing after them. He's shaking. That's how excited he gets.
Yeah.
And then he goes from one end of the apartment to the other. It's funny. It's really funny.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's really I think, you know what? I don't know what it is about pets, but I almost get as excited about pets being a part of my Christmas as I do little kids, because like I give the cats a present, and tomorrow they have a stocking and they pull it apart and they chase it all around the house. And it's like, honestly, it's the highlight of my day. And I've been telling them all day, are you guys excited? It's Christmas. Like they have no idea what I'm even talking about, but I am thrilled that they are going to get to open up their stockings tomorrow and all the excitement that will come from it, because I love like wrapping paper and bows and boxes and bags. Like they're all about it, and they will entertain me for hours.
Yeah.
Well, you've got cats. I mean, they want the box. They don't care about the bows and the ribbons or even the presents in it. They want to sit in the box.
Well, we bought a bone, my goddaughter and I, that's as big as this dog, and I'm going to put some chicken or beef broth on it.
Nice.
So that when time comes to unwrap, he's going to be very excited, and
I love it.
I think the paper is going to be fun for a while, but then the bone is,
Well, I had a very unfortunate story about a puppy, because I thought I was going to have a puppy this Christmas. My cousin posted up on Facebook on Monday that she had bought a puppy for her son, and she didn't know that her son was highly allergic, and I mean, he was suffering, like his eyes were almost closed shut, and so she had to rehome the puppy. And I said I would take the puppy. I've been wanting a dog for a while, but it has to be the right dog, and it's going to help me to get out of the house and get me walking, the whole story. So I got all excited, and I waited for Mark to come home, and I discussed it with him, and I texted her back and said that we would take it and that we could come and pick it up on Thursday. Like, meaning, 2 days or I don't even know what day it is, 2 days ago. And she never answered me. And then in the morning, it's like 8:30 and she still hasn't answered me yet. And I was starting to get a little nervous, probably because my intuition told me that something wasn't right, but I wasn't listening to it, because she's my cousin. And so anyway, she texted me finally and said to me that I hope you understand, but I need the dog to go as soon as possible because my son's missed 2 days of school. And I'm like, you're on Christmas break. He's not in school, but that's neither here nor there. I'm like, well, let me see if I can, move some stuff around and we can come tonight and get the dog if that'll work for you. She said, well, I have another lady who's willing to pay me more money than what I offer. What she told me she would give the dog to me for. I never negotiated a price with her. And I was like, wow. So you would literally pass up the opportunity for me, the person that you know your whole entire life, to give a loving home to the dog that you claim that you care so much about, to give him to a stranger for an extra $200 or $300. I was very upset, and it wasn't because the puppy wasn't coming home with me. I was just very upset that someone, especially in my own family, would do something like that to me. So I'm okay though. I'm okay. But yes, I literally thought I'd have a new puppy in the home. We had a name picked out for him and everything. Yeah.
You'll get your puppy.
Eventually, we will get a new puppy. But anyways,
Kelly, do you want to answer Shaughnessy's question?
Yes, I was just going to say we have a question here that someone has asked. So let's go ahead and toss a card or 12 and see what we can get. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here. Thanks for popping in. So Shaughnessy says, hello and Merry Christmas. Hello and Merry Christmas. If you are doing readings tonight, a friend wants to set me up with someone. His name is Nathan. Should I consider this?
Okay, I already put my cards out. So
well, I knew you did as soon as you asked the question.
He's a very good entrepreneur. He's a very good businessman, but he's a planning sort of businessman. He's not a bean counter. And his description is he keeps his eyes on the big pictures and leaves details to others. He's experienced and leads to success. He's a genuine person. And then the next card I got is where he is right now. He's coming out of kind of a dark place. He's looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a great card, and it says breathe a sigh of relief, and he's making new plans, and so he's ready to go. But your out card, this was how your relationship would go: the world, which is just wonderful, and it's have a happy ending, comes full circle, spiritual growth from this experience. So
I've got 3 cards too. It's interesting your last one was the world, because the first card I pulled was the Fool.
Oh, hold on, Christy, hold on.
It'd be silly or anything. It's this person is starting on a new journey. And it's really interesting because the next card I got, you know how you said he was coming out of a dark place? I got the 6 of Swords, steering himself towards safer waters. Can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's what the
Page of Swords. Yeah.
That's what my 6 of Michael's is. Michael's are swords. So she's got 2 6 of Swords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I got the Page of Swords. Now that's interesting. I think he's a really, really nice person. But I think I get the idea he's not quite ready. But I do think that if he isn't quite ready, he'll be really honest about that. So it's, and he won't not want to string anyone along and all that. But I think you'll definitely end up with a friend out of this person. I don't know if it'll be romantic or not. I don't know if he's quite ready for that.
We didn't get very romantic cards, sword and dagger.
Hey,
We didn't
You
get
get very
very romantic cards.
yeah.
Ron, did you pull any cards, Ron?
Yeah, I got 3.
Okay.
I was waiting. I was waiting for.
Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Nancy Jean, by the way.
Okay, I have a very positive card. The first card I pulled is a 7.
Nice.
It dropped right out.
Oh, cool.
So that is a positive yes. The second card I pulled was the Hermit card. So there's some work to be done inside, whatever, on both of you, both of them. Okay, you yourself and him.
Mhm.
They're doing work. Okay. Then the last card I got, which is very positive, I have the 7 of Pentacles, which there's something that will grow out of this, and you'll be able to harvest its positive energy coming out of that. So the answer is yes.
Mhm.
I hope that resonated with you. Thank you.
Sophie, you ready, hon? Thank you, Ron.
Okay.
Put you in the hot spot. Oh, you're muted, honey.
You're muted.
Yeah. Can't hear you now.
There she goes.
Sorry about that.
Don't be
It's been
sorry.
a while.
It's been a while. I was going to
It's been
say
a
she's
while.
in the hot seat.
Yes,
She's
and
been
it's been a
quiet for a
while
long
since
time.
I've read too, so please take this with a grain of salt. Shaughnessy, I get for you the Ace of Sword. The thing that I get is for you to be open and honest with yourself and then with him. Is this what you really want or not? And if it is, you need to define exactly what it is that you want. For him, I get the Magician. Yeah, manipulations and things like that. That's all good and dandy. But he's very, Nancy Jean said, entrepreneurial. He is. I hear Midas. Like, Midas is gold. Everything he touches turns to gold. And so I feel that he's a very successful person, and he works hard at it. Nothing comes easy. And the Page of Pentacle is about taking it slow. Take it slow. To build, so you can build a good foundation. And he is, I think that I don't know if the two of you are going to necessarily be hit it off or not, but there is potential there. There is potential to build something on it. I mean, when you think about pentacles, you think about providing, you think about the salt of the earth. And so there's something to build on, but it's going to take time because there's something useful about it.
Hey, Robin, hang on.
And then
hang on a minute. I've just got to talk to my niece for a few minutes.
Okay.
I'll just remove from the screen. Hang on.
Okay.
Gershwin.
And that's basically it, because the next card I got was totally wrong. But when I turn the deck around, I get the 7 of Cups. So there's, just be, like I said at the beginning, be open and honest with yourself first. Don't build sandcastles. This is something that if you were to meet that person and consider a relationship with that person, that is going to take time. So you need to be patient and work at this, because it's not going to happen easily. If you start dreaming right away, it's not going to last. So don't don't daydream about this. Be real. Be real. be realistic about this whole thing. I hope this makes sense. It's been a while. Sorry.
For someone who's done it hasn't read in a while, I think you did an awesome job.
Yep.
Oh, you're too nice. Thank you.
I just speak the truth, my friend. Just speak the truth.
Thank you.
And how awesome is it to have Sophie on the screen reading again?
Thank you.
You know I love you, Sophie. I love the way you read. I've always told you that.
Thanks.
So, Shaughnessy, this is what I've got for you, love. I did put up what Shaughnessy posted, which said, yes, I haven't dated in 17 years, so not sure if I'm ready either. I've got the Two of Water or the Two of Cups. So there is feelings there, right? There is the emotion of wanting to, have a connection or a sort of commitment between the two of you, I think. I've got the Ace of Fire. So the opportunity is presented itself, or the feelings are stirring. I think that means the opportunity has presented itself. I've got the Five of Fire. So this is conflict. So if you're not sure that you're ready and he might not be sure that he's ready, this is like your inner conflict, not necessarily conflict between the two of you, but conflict within you, right? Am I ready? Am I not? Can I do this? Can I not? Should I not? All those things. The last card that I've got here is the Knight of Fire. So this is someone who's really, really super confident and a little bit adventurous, sort of goes to the beat of their own drum, but someone who wants to let their hair down and have a little bit of fun at the same time. So I say to you, if it puts a smile on your face in the moment, then you go for it. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy the moment, enjoy the journey, because sometimes that's the best part, right? On the bottom of the deck, I've got the 10 of Earth. So this is creating that stable foundation, right? That's creating that sort of that security that a partnership sometimes does for us, right? And I pulled one oracle card from my Hello Winter Oracle because I'm all about those this week. We've got home and family. You have lots of support. So I feel like no matter whether this turns into like a romantic situation, I feel like there is something there between the two of you that could be like a really awesome sort of connection, friendship, which I think is just lovely. So that's what I got for you. All right, now I'll put us all back to the way that we were, because that just freaked me out. Hi,
like
Susan.
Well, I was going to say something about that.
Yes, of course.
It's like building a foundation a foundation. You build your foundation, but you have to take the steps necessary to build that foundation. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So basically what we're saying is everyone's cards that we're saying, take patience, just, be careful. Don't jump in.
And nobody had a card jump out that says you shouldn't go near this guy with a 12-foot pole.
Absolutely.
No, it was all positive.
Yeah.
So I got the sun right off the bat. So.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. All right. We have so many people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. So it's 8:43 p.m. Eastern time where I am.
Same here.
Here's what I want to do. Okay. Now, I have someone that does this, and I love when they do this. I would like us, when I tell you the question, to just pick one card. Just one card. And then together, we're going to show our cards and build the story between the cards that we choose. So the question is, I'm thinking about the question. Sorry. Drum roll. The question is Santa
Kelly,
Claus...
you're fading in and out. Am I the only one frozen? Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
No, you're not frozen.
Everybody else looks frozen. So
I'm moving my head, so I hope I'm not frozen.
I'm not.
I can see it.
Now your head's moving. I couldn't. All of you froze, so I don't know where it was coming from. So if you asked a question, I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So the question is, how is Santa feeling as he prepares? Well, I mean, he's already out and about, right? So how is Santa feeling mid-mission? Mid-trip, mid-mission. How is Santa Claus feeling? One card. Tarot, Oracle, don't care which. We'll hold them up and then we will tell the story. Santa Claus. How are you feeling, Santa? I love it.
Got it?
I got mine. Sophie's still shuffling.
Yeah, I got mine.
You got one, Ron?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Knight of Fire again, which is Santa is feeling confident. He is feeling passionate about what he's got to do, and he is ready to take on the adventure. That's an awesome card. Who wants to go next? You want to go, Sophie?
Well, I gotta tell you, I get a different read because I get that he feels trapped and anxious.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh God, not again this year. All that shopping I had to do.
It's probably, he could be stuck in someone's chimney.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah.
Someone's chimney.
Yeah, so the little elves are in alert mode to go and get him out of there. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, Nancy Jean, what have you got?
Well, if he's stuck in a chimney, it's a nice one.
He's having a ball.
I think he thinks he's got it cut. So he may feel imprisoned because he's stuck with this duty, but he's going to do the best he can with it and make everybody as happy and comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice. What have you got, Ron?
I got the Two of Cups, which is coming together, united, and balancing the energy.
Cool.
I should have gone with the back of the pack because I got the Emperor, who said that he's part of a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
So Eleanor says, poor Santa, he wants to do something else with his life, a career change maybe. I love it.
Especially with high winds.
Yeah, right? Well, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, it's probably flying through that storm.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to protect himself.
Oh, maybe, yes.
Maybe he's trying to protect himself. We'll just work the reading out. We'll make it work for us.
He's getting blown up.
I love that. Hi, everyone who's popped into the chat. Hi, Lady Soul. Hi, Linda. Hi, Bora Bora, Marcia, Ellen, Engla, all the way from Sophie. Or she's saying, Engla's saying, hi, Sophie. Go to settings, time clock, and change. Not sure what that means.
For the language thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Something Engla does since she's in Finland. She changes her language all the time.
Right. Spirit Watcher Suzanne is here. Mika is here. Hi, Mika. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Faye. Hi, M. Steve. How's your mom doing, Steve?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Hopefully your mom's doing okay. You guys have a question in the chat? Let us know. You want us to read on anything or anyone? Christmas, I mean. Last year, someone asked us.
Spirit Watcher is also a Canadian. I believe she's a Canadian. I believe she's out west. I think she's out west. I'm not sure.
Yes, I think so too.
And it's really, really cold out there. Really,
it is. It absolutely is. I had Lady Soul here with me last night. We did some messages for some people, which was lovely. Some holiday messages, and a couple of nights before that, I had Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terry from Kiguru spiritual journeys, and it was lovely. Rose wants to know
she doesn't have goats.
How the baby goat is doing, and I was just going to say that's Kathleen that has the baby goat,
but
maybe
Kathleen that has goats.
Maybe Sophie does know. Do you know how the goats are doing, Sophie? Oh,
you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah. Sophie, you have to turn your microphone on. And let's see if she flips again.
No, I don't. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I cough a lot because I caught the cold that the girls have. The baby goat, I haven't spoken to Kathleen in a very, very long time, so I don't know. But I do know that the mama goat has passed on.
I can't hear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't?
We've got volume. We've got.
I can't hear you.
Go, Chrissy. Go out and come back in.
I can't hear you.
All right, watch the chat, Chrissy.
Oh.
Go home and come back.
You'll never get. I had the speakers off, so
okay.
That was my niece.
Oh, there you go.
She lived in
Chrissy,
North Carolina
you can hear us
with
now?
her husband and children. It was such a delightful.
That's nice.
I can hear you. I go back on. I had it muted. It was so lovely to talk to my lovely niece. She's a beautiful, beautiful person, and
She's
such
got-
a delight.
Chrissy's got a
I'll tell you
contagious laugh, right? Contagious laugh. When
Yes,
she
she does.
Yeah.
I spoke to her daughter, my little Grace. She's a man after my heart. She's just that, yeah.
I love
definitely, definitely a relative of mine. Hey, how's it all been going? Have people? We've been doing some readings for people.
We just read on
You're doing
Santa Claus.
something.
Well, we're just. I was just going to say, does
okay.
anyone have a question? Like last year when we were here, we read on the tree at Rockefeller Square. We read on Frosty Man at length. We read on the elves. We read on Rudolph. We read on Santa. So if anyone has a question in the chat, something Christmassy, if you all have something that you would like us to read on, feel free to.
Now I remember I was here last year.
Yes, you were here.
Because of that, what you just said, Rockefeller.
Yeah,
I remember reading on that.
I remember that too. That was
Kelly,
sad.
I have to go.
Oh, do you, Nancy Jean? Okay.
Yeah, I was starting to tell you, and then everybody joined in the thing.
Yeah.
My youngest is bringing a friend back from Colorado, and they should be pulling in shortly. And they've been driving from Colorado to Texas in the cold, so I think some hot chocolate might be due. But I told you I'll be back tomorrow night, and we discussed. You and I need to discuss how we're going to want to work that.
Yeah, 150%. I love the idea. Send me an email after, or I'll send you one.
Okay, fine. Dear.
I just want to say Merry Christmas.
Lovely meeting everybody.
Merry Christmas, Nancy.
Merry Christmas and nice meeting
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.
All right, blessings. Love you lots.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Steve was saying his mum is hanging in there.
Yeah.
Up
Good
and
to
down,
hear.
and how's the monks in Tibet doing? Yep.
How are the monks in Tibet doing? Yeah, sure. Let's do
Are
it.
they having a bit
Bye,
of a rough
Renier.
time to get often be subjected to unfair?
So what's the question again?
How
are
are
the
the monks
monks in
in
Tibet
Tibet doing?
How Tibet's doing? Bending over.
Hey, after this, I just looked up misheard Christmas carol lyrics.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Start off with From Joy to the World. The correct lyric is "and make the nations prove." But the misheard one is "and make the nations prudes." There's really strong energy around them.
I have total chills going up and down my body right now. I don't know what that's all about.
Very, very. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Is
And
there
considering
something going on over there?
Yeah, there's
total
something going
energy
on over
around
there.
at the moment,
Oh,
I'm sorry, Christy?
there's total energy. There seems to be maybe some actions coming back. So maybe they are often, put at risk and all that. But oh yeah, they're very wise. They see the bigger picture. They know how to deal, and they've coped with many things over hundreds of years, and they'll be able to cope if things get a bit unsettled again. They're doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
is that one card we pull? Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
whatever do as many cards as you feel necessary, Ron.
Yeah, I got the ace of wands, the 6 of cups, and the 2 of wands. And of course, they are such an important beacon to so many people in the world. They will be fine.
Yeah.
They've seen many tough times, and they will unfortunately see more, but every time they come out stronger than before.
Awesome. Whoever's ready, jump in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's really weird. I know it's been a while since I've read, but
Okay. I can go through.
who's going next?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
I got the Tower first card that it came out. So that tells me we're completely in transformation energy. Like we are. We're all waking up. The whole world is waking up, and they're also going through a transformation, a new energy. They're working with new energy. They're taking action because I got the Chariot card. So they're taking action, and towards I got the Queen of Wands, which is like a magician, like creating a new, working with new energy, creating a new way of looking at things, a new way, completely change the way they used to do things. Um, and they're on, they're looking towards the future. So
Right.
that's what I'm getting about.
Yeah, I got that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're completely, it's all new because the old doesn't work anymore. Put it
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
And they realize that. So, yeah. So that's what I got.
Am I next?
If you want to go next, yeah, absolutely.
At first I get, with the Two of Cups, partnership, harmony, exchanges, everybody's in sync. And then I can't see anymore, the Lovers reversed, which means, it's the opposite of the Two of Cups.
Yeah.
And then I get the Six of Cups, which is, messages of love, comfort, the Page of Cups, yeah. Messages of love, comfort. There's a lot of intuition going on, and they're feeling the energy. They're feeling things.
Yeah.
And then I get the Queen of Cups reversed. Fickleness. Some are just there's vanity in there. Some are just sacrificing. It says here, and it's the word. Those are the words, and I do realize I'm using cards with words because it's been a while. Those who sacrifice themselves unnecessarily for others, and there are some who are doing that for vanity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I get the Ten of Pentacles, which is basically there's a disaster. There's an upcoming disaster in their own part of the world type of thing in their homes, and there are a lot of losses. They're still in the year 1000, aren't they? They still live like it's year 1000,
I
right?
confess I don't know that much about the monks in Tibet.
They're not. Am I wrong when I think that they are in like the past millennia?
I don't
Well,
know.
well, they've been practicing this type of energy with the what they're doing for a long,
Yeah.
long
They
time.
don't.
But there's a change. There's a change coming, and they are facing that change right now. That's what I
And
see.
they don't just stay in modern conveniences,
Okay.
like, but they still
But they
keep
don't
things
use it.
very simple. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that they'll use electricity if there's electricity. They'll use all those modern cooking things, but it's still a life of simplicity and all that, and sharing and stuff. So
My cards are
yeah,
completely different than all of your cards. So, what do you get? I don't. Whatever.
Go for it.
We've got the Queen of Cups. So if we got the Queen of Cups in reverse, I've got this in sort of like the past position. So all the cards are talking about like their commitment, right? Their level of understanding, their love for their mission that they're on, and their belief system. So I think that that's what the Queen of Cups is representing there. I've got the Six of Swords, or the Six of Air. So moving away from troubled waters, trying to come from a not so great situation into a calmer situation. It's about relief, it's about hope, it's about moving on. Now that could be that because of their belief system and their traditions, that they are just hopeful people in general, and that they always try to see the positive, right? That they're always going, as opposed to most of us going to the negative. It could be that where they're constantly renewing their faith, or renewing their hope, renewing their commitment to whatever the mission is that they're on at the time. I've got the King of Air as the outcome card, which is interesting to me, but it does make sense, right? I mean, they are knowledgeable, they are highly respected for the work that they do, and for the commitment that they have to their missions, right? On the bottom of the deck, I've got the Justice card. So they're all about seeking the truth, they're all about fairness, and trying to keep that balance, or that equilibrium. I can never say that word. Keep their equilibrium. Thank you. In check. I pulled one oracle card, and I've got Dandelion, which is planting seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly believe that that's what they do. I mean, they plant seeds for hope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very much. Very
And
much.
I'm wondering if the different cards, like the opposite cards that I got, there's like two factions, and one that is pro communism.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that comes to mind. That could be.
I wonder if it's well, you said that, and I have total chills now. I wonder if it's that some people have been affected by what's happening on the outside.
Yeah.
As opposed to like questioning their faith almost. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
their commitment to the mission, or questioning their faith to the mission. Because you could get tainted by outside sources, right? Or outside influences, the outside environment.
But when you asked the question, before I even started mixing the cards, I had this mental image of them singing Christmas songs.
Yeah. Rose, who asked the question in the chat, was saying China has tried to wipe them out.
Yeah.
They have, yeah. They haven't succeeded, and they will not succeed, but that doesn't mean that they still don't suffer hard times.
Right. And so, of course, that would try to make that would make some people question the commitment, right? Like, are we going to be able to continue our work? Right?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You want another misheard lyric?
Yeah, sure. Do it.
I can hear that. I can hear something. What I used to read was Sophie.
Now we've got.
She used to come on.
I'm going to do the first correct lyric. Okay, the correct lyric first. Okay, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Right.
Right.
And deck the halls with boughs of holly.
I love it.
And all I want for Christmas. Okay, take back the holly and the mistletoe. And nobody who has one of these in their right mind would want to take them back. But take back the holly and the mistletoe. Who would take it back the holly?
Right?
I've got one. I've got a couple more here for a little bit later, but yeah.
You okay, bud?
Yeah, I found 9 of them, and there's one that's just absolutely it's a total crack up. I will leave it for last. Yeah, I had a couple more. We'll do. Hi, JR. Hi, Angela.
Sophie, it's been so long.
I'm not saying individual hellos or replying, trying to keep
I mean,
up.
really, Christy, how rude.
Yeah, she's trying to get the hollies all over the
Say
place.
hello.
Take the Harley. No, keep the Harley. Take the friggin' mistletoe. I'm not kissing him for that.
My poor kitty cat just tried to jump up on the table beside me in case y'all wondered what the heck I was doing. And he missed. And so now he's coming this way.
Hello, Baba. Hello, Baba.
Do not drink mommy's water. That's the only reason he's here is to drink my water. This is Quincy.
James keeps forgetting to put the cap on. He's got to constantly change the water in his coffee maker because he'll fill it up and keep forgetting to put the cap on.
Yep.
So Cameo comes along and thinks, "Oh, I'm going to have a drink of water." And James says,
They love my cats.
I said, "Well, it's not her fault. You keep the lid. You keep forgetting to put the lid on."
Okay. Mommy can't see the screen when you're laying against it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
See, what's happening is that okay, I need to turn the camera down so you guys can see what's happening here on my desk. Okay, just bear with me here for 1 second. Okay, so I have crystals on my cards that I haven't used, and he's literally playing hockey. That's why he's here. He's here, and now you know what I'm talking about, yeah, right?
When you have a spread out and you're going through a spread that you put out, does he go and put his butt right in the middle of it? Because Cameo does that to me.
I mean, it's they live for it. They really do.
It's part of cat law.
It is. So I've got this lovely new blue stone. I was just going to turn it over here, but anyways, I've got this lovely new blue stone that I got from the rock shop last week, and he loves this thing. He wants to play with it constantly.
Is that an aquamarine or
no? This is it starts with a D. It's a
I don't know my stones.
This one I don't know. It was brand new, and I was like, oh my god, it's so pretty. It's like DR something. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Yeah. I've got my book of crystal book here. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, we have our geologist right here.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh no!
Well, no,
I'm not a geologist,
Sophie,
darling.
I don't know if you know or not, but you know that I don't leave the house.
But I do have the power of crystals.
Oh, look at you.
So let's see if we can find it.
Last week I went I went on a road trip, and I actually went into the my local crystal store. I took everyone with me on a live. I filmed the whole thing, and that's the first time I've been in a store in over 2 years.
Hey, good for you. Good job.
I was really proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you because that's not an easy thing when
no,
you know.
But
I had to fight
and
it too.
That's where I got that.
Yeah. Journeys
But
is coming
that was
to
Tomorrow-
Quebec City, and
Tomorrow-
my friends wanted me to go, and I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
That was like a candy store because you put me in there, I would be all over the place.
Well,
looking at
you know
all-
what? The
I
lady
like
that
it,
owns
is it?
the lady that owns the store has been so kind to me. I messaged her, and you know, she'll help me and pick out what I want, and then Mark will go and pick it up for me. And so when we got there, Mark went in and said that I was in the truck and I wanted to come in, and is it okay if I filmed it? And she was like, fine. And she was just so nice to me and so sweet. She was like, I'm so proud of you. It was like we knew each other, but we don't. It was lovely. So anyway, yay. That's
So you got it, Chrissy.
Is it blue agate? Is it blue agate?
No,
No.
it starts with a D. I'll see if I can find it. It's drummer something, drummer.
Dromedary?
Like
Dromedary?
R-
Demorte?
Camel?
Dracula.
Is this it?
Yes, that's it.
Oh,
No,
Demorte.
yes, that's it. That's it, Chrissy.
Demont.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And it
Yeah,
is
that's it.
emotional development. It promotes self-confidence, relaxation, calm and patience, reduces excitability. Oh boy, somebody send me some.
You have good excitement, though.
Stubbornness, definitely. For mental and growth, communication, and focus and organization, and it supports the throat and third eye chakras. Its zodiac affinities is Leo. So,
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what I got. It's gorgeous, as you can see.
Yeah, I love
Love
that
it.
color.
It is very beautiful.
Blue is my color, my favorite color.
Your
My
power's
power's
been
been
off.
off.
But your old wood burner, you guys have been keeping you on.
I see Geek Hillbilly's picture for the first time ever.
Oh, I saw him. I saw him on live.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
sorry,
an
wrong person.
absolute love.
Nice.
He really is.
Nice.
My door was frozen shut. Ice buildup had sealed them shut. Well, my door wasn't frozen shut, but I have to tell you that I opened up the front door today because I have a wreath that's hanging on the front of my door, like out to the outside, and then I have a wreath that's on the inside. And I noticed when I walked out there this morning, because I'm a bit of a control freak. I don't know if anybody knows that here, but anyway, so it was like off center. So I had to fix it, and I opened up the door, and it was like all this snow just literally. It was like I went into the shower. I opened up the door, and it was just like, whoosh, and I was like, oh my god! It was like
As long as you weren't hurt, that is hilarious.
Oh,
no, not at all. But yeah,
butterflies.
You're worried
Butterflies
about
are
a thing.
free.
I've sent an owl up.
Let's send. Oh man.
oh
That's-
dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everyone in the chat that knows what to do, code word for butterflies are free. Code word for butterflies are free. Everyone in the chat who knows what the code word is. Of course, we send you our prayers. That's awful.
Of course. Yeah. Oh. What can you tell for a water leak and an unknown amount of damage? The cold will help, possibly with freezing the water and reducing the damage. If you, hang on.
See, we have a code word here in the chat. Whenever someone has something that is upsetting them or whatever, we spell the word hug in capital letters and we let it fly up the screen and sort of embrace someone with that
big
love.
hug. Yeah, hugs. Okay.
You guys are awesome. I love it when that happens.
How will it turn out?
Chrissy's good at this kind of stuff.
What's a generational card? Yeah, it's going to cost a little bit to fix, but it's like
Says I'm
whatever
on
was
the list
leaking
for help.
needed to be replaced anyway. It was at the end of its life, and it was possibly going to happen. Don't be surprised if your son says, Oh, I'm not surprised it happened. You know, it's something that needed replacing. Um, if you're worried he'll be upset, no, there's very little you can do about that.
Yeah. He's going to be fine with you, and it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something that needed fixing. And yeah, I don't think there's any cause to be worried
Just
that
shut
he'll
off
be
the
upset.
water too. Don't let it.
Yeah, I get the
You
same.
gotta
I
shut
get
off
the
the
same
water.
card.
It is. Actually, it's probably a warning sign for him. This is a big major arcana that, yeah, he is going to, it's something that he's needed to fix for a while, actually. And I think he's probably known about it. And just for whatever reason, and sometimes it's just not being able to afford to get things done at the right time, it's actually going to end up possibly.
But he might have received bad advice too.
Yeah.
About
Redo
this,
the
saying it can wait. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You're still reading. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
think it's going to end up, he's going to have to end up replacing most of the plumbing in the house. It's going to be a big thing, but I think he was aware of that and the risk of that happening. I think he'll be more concerned that you're all right and you're not too stressed out about it. And that, yeah, I think his biggest concern is not so much the money, he'll work that out, but that you're okay. Because the family one was the first card that came up. Okay?
I'm sorry, Chrissy.
I'll forgive you. I'm not hurt. I'm not angry. I'm just happy. No, you're fine, darling. Go ahead.
I'm good at that. I'm sorry. Okay. He might have received bad advice at one point. He might have gotten something checked and said, "What about this?" And the guy said, "Well, this is something that needs to be fixed, but it's not that urgent." But unfortunately, this is like Chrissy said, it's going to be expensive, and he's gonna have to save a little bit for a while. Like it's going to be he's going to have to he didn't plan for it, although he knew it. He didn't plan financially for it, but he's going to work. He's going to work at getting it fixed, and everything is going to work out fine. And the thing is, he might have gotten bad advice from the get-go, that it could have waited a little bit longer when it should have been fixed when it was when he asked for advice on it, if he did.
She says he has insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's good.
Yeah, he's got insurance.
The insurance is what might get up.
Definitely get the plumbing checked too then. And, if the insurance will cover it, it never hurts to get electric checked when there's been water damage and stuff like that. But
I feel like
son, I think he's more worried that you're comfortable and safe than he is about something.
I've got that too. I've got that too, Chrissy, is that he's concerned about you. What you got, Warren? What'd you get?
Oh, I didn't pull any cards.
Oh, you didn't?
My main thing is that you can shut off. There's a main valve there. You shut off the water. Okay. Even if it's cold outside, if you don't have any heat, open up the valves or all the
taps. The
taps.
Yeah.
But keep the water closed, and it will drain all your pipes, whatever water's left in it, and they won't freeze.
Yeah.
So
good point.
That's all I can tell you about that.
As long as she's got water that she can wash and.
Well, you don't just shut off the water. You also, first of all, you shut off the water so the water won't go through your pipes, but you open up the taps to let the rest of the water in the
that is already still in the taps. Yeah.
See now,
to empty
that's how you do it. You won't have any problems with it.
This is excellent.
Excellent. The water's off now. Yeah.
Because that's the positive in the situation, that if butterflies are free, if you weren't there and you didn't notice the leak, it could have been so much worse.
Yes. Yes. That's
So this kind of rolls into my cards. I've got the Hanged Man, right? So this is tying into what Sophie and Christy were saying, that he might have had some sort of prior knowledge that maybe the pipes were acting up, or maybe he should have told you that if cold weather comes that he's had a problem in the past. And I'm not trying to blame your son in any way. I'm just saying, like, it's like, you know, we don't necessarily, we know these things can happen, but we don't think it's going to happen to us, and then it does, and then we're like, oh my God, I knew this. Do you know what I mean? So we've got the Queen of Wands. This is you, right? This is reminding you that you are in control of the situation and to remain standing in your power, right? Like, don't freak out. And I'm not saying that you are. Don't get excited. Don't get upset. Count the blessings that you were there to be able to make sure that the damage wasn't worse than what it is. And the last card that I got is the King of Swords. I believe that this is your son, you know, working together with you, but this is who you're concerned about. Your son is concerned about you. You're concerned about your son, as it should be. And on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Hierophant card, and I sort of feel like that's the insurance company, right? That's the insurance company that's going to make the situation okay for you guys. And that's who you're going to be dealing with in terms of like any damage that's done to your home, right? Wind, hurricane, whatever. You deal with the insurance company, and they may give you a little bit of pushback, and they may not come across as if this is like the worst thing that's ever happened, because to them it's just like Tuesday at the office. So be careful that you don't allow yourself to get personal in terms of your feelings if they're not treating you the way that you think that you should be treated. Like, in other words, okay, here's a story real quick. I had my car stolen right out of my driveway on a Sunday afternoon at like 2:30 in the afternoon. Obviously, I was upset because my car was stolen out of my driveway, and I phoned the police and I reported it and everything. And on Monday, I took the morning off of work to call the insurance company, and I sat there for hours and hours and hours calling. Finally, I got a hold of someone, and the lady said to me, "Why are you so upset?" And I'm like, "Because my car was stolen out of my driveway in broad daylight. Like, that's upsetting to me." She said, "It happens all the time." I said, "Not to me, it doesn't." And so my point is, that's their business. And so I feel like you might have some sort of an issue with the insurance company, or your son might have some sort of an issue with the insurance company. But I think that it'll all work out the way that you need it to. So stay on them. That's where I was trying to go with that.
Mika said that a friend of hers passed today and got her ankle wings. Mika, so sorry to hear that. And,
yeah.
I've drawn a spirit card for you, darling, for your friend. Now, it's got vulture spirit, but don't worry about that. It might not be the prettiest of cards, but nothing is wasted. Your friend, she never wasted a minute of her time while she was here. She gave everything, and she left so much behind. And it might not be the prettiest card, but it just shows that she lived life to her fullest, and she would not want anyone to waste time as well.
No.
Yes, people grieve. People who pass know that, but they don't want you to let this spoil things, like passing on Christmas Eve. It's you know, not the best, but she doesn't want her friends and her family to not celebrate. Don't waste that time. So she never wasted time or love or energy. She doesn't want
see that? Look at what I got, Chrissy. I'm getting the same thing that you got. Like she was just a happy, lovey, sort of bright energy, and that's what she wants you to remember her as, and to also, sort of emulate that, right?
Yeah, Mika said she loved everyone she met. She was so full of love, and she, not like it's wasting yourself if you don't love those around you and everybody. I mean, and I don't think she even knew the capacity for hate.
No.
Okay, Marge, your Margel's son is not well.
Hi, Jay.
What's up? What's going on?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, hi,
Merry
Hi,
Christmas.
Jay.
Merry Christmas. Good to see everyone. Hope I wasn't too late.
No, not at all, my friend. You're here. That's the important bit. I'm happy that you're here. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. Sophie, Ron, Chrissy, all you guys, especially in the chat.
So we just have a question here that we're just tossing our cards in. So Mark says, will our nephew survive his current medical crisis? Would like all the info that you get, good, bad. Thank you. And then just put this up. He is in liver failure, toxins building up in his system that they can't get drained out. He is currently not aware of his surroundings, delirious.
Love
just
you and
before
your family.
I just got something for Mika. I thought we were drawing a card for Mika, so I drew the sundress. Do it for you, Mika. I think your friend is trying to tell you that you need to think of yourself in the life you've been given for you. You need to live for you, not for others. Doesn't mean that you need to be selfish, self-centered, narcissistic. No, it means that you need to live your life, not someone else's life. That's the message she's given you. And I think it goes hand in hand with what Chrissy was saying, that she lived life to the fullest. And that's basically what she's telling you as well through this card with me. So it's the same message, but she's telling you to live for you.
That was well said, Sophie, by the way.
I'm sorry?
No, I said well said, my friend.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting you beautiful cards, Sophie. Now, Marge, on the bottom of the deck, we have Four of Swords, which of course is not surprising. Okay, almost like that. Look, sweetheart, I'd like to tell you that all will be fine, but I do feel like it's not far away. This is an interesting thing because you see the little archway here, it's like a crossing. And this is not wealth or money, it's opportunity, but it's also about he's crossing happily. He sees it as an opportunity to relieve. He might not be aware of his surroundings, but he's still aware. And the fourth one I got was the Hierophant, which can be about guidance and institution. And I feel like that you and your family are going to be guided by the institutions and listen to them. And if they offer help, take it, whether it's family counselling, grief counselling, everything like that. I think I'd like to say he will recover, but, you ask for good, bad, or whatever. I don't see him hanging around for a long time. I do see this is the Knight of Swords, very quick, very sharp. Perhaps not yet, but I don't think he'd want any of you guys to be sad when he went. He sees it as an opportunity for a new start. Okay? And it's like he'll be crossing that arch, that crossing away. Don't do that gap in the hedge. Don't know when, and I would not say when, but I think you all sense that too. Blessings to you, okay? Yeah. Then he wouldn't want you all to, as with Mika's friend. I just don't get. I get the feeling of a warm spirit who wouldn't want you all to.
Yeah.
Live and celebrate.
Oh, sorry,
I
moved you too soon. Sorry.
I'll forgive you, Alan. I'll forgive you.
Mark says, thank you so much, Chrissy. Yeah. His mom, my beautiful sister-in-law, has so much stress right now. Trying to help her through this and trying to connect with him. I saw lots of deceased family with him.
Yeah.
Mark, I am so sorry for the situation that your whole family, but especially your nephew, finds himself in. I mean, this is tragic, really. I've got the 7 of Cups. This is making choices, not wanting to make decisions, difficult decisions that maybe there was some procrastination on making the decisions in the past in terms of his sort of overall health care. I got the Fool card. Which is new beginnings and new starts and new cycles and new adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, I have the Death and Rebirth card. Now, I got this in reverse. Mm-hmm. And that implies to me that there's some fear there, which makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the deck, I've got the Devil card, which just sort of amps up that there's some fear there, and could be like really like holding on to something that isn't going to serve him well, if that makes sense. And so
it does. It does. Kelly, Marge just said he made his choices that put him in the situation. So yes, it does make sense.
That makes sense. So my best advice to you, Mark, and you don't really need me to tell you this, but is just to offer as much comfort as you can to your sister-in-law and your nephew and the other family members that are there, and like support each other to be able to support him as he navigates this journey. I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry that your family is going through this at this time, and I send you all my love, and I will keep you and your nephew and your whole family in my prayers. I'm so sorry. Yes, yeah. Of course, love. There you go.
Sorry, I got a little emergency here, but I do want to read on this. Right now, he is on a journey that he must take alone. And he is at a point in his life where he has matured and accomplished what he needed to accomplish. So basically, the wheel of fortune is reversed. And what I get here is with your how to help your sister-in-law, to be there for her, let her cry, let her revolt, because this is a huge transition for her as well. Let her revolt, because she is going to be revolting. She is going to be very emotional. I know the swords are about, communication, and I hear screaming, okay? But that's what she needs. And if you're there for her and you're just there to hold her hand, she's that's what she needs. And eventually she is going to understand that um, there's a star in her life. And in a way, it's going to help her out. I've no idea. But I do know there is a transition, a change in life. And I'm not prepared to say that, whether or not he's going to leave. It does look that way, but it could simply be a different type of life that he might have. I don't know. But your sister-in-law is going to need a lot of your help. And I'm sending you and your whole family love and light, a lot of love and hugs. Such a big hug to all of you as you're going through this as a family, because I know it's not easy. Sorry.
No, it was beautiful.
It was very well
You don't
done.
have to. You never have to apologize.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
apologizing. I just want to take that pain away.
Yeah.
I want that pain to go away.
She said that
I think that's all.
I want to put this up on the screen. Mark says, definitely, I feel like he wants someone to say that it's okay to let go. He's only 42, so sad. I've been feeling his death for a couple of months. And then she said, my sister-in-law is my main concern right now. I'm feeling so protective of her.
Don't protect her from her feelings. She needs to live them, unfortunately.
Yeah. And she said, thank you so much, Sophie, with the heart.
She has to go through the experience.
Yes.
Yeah, she does. And that's how she's going to reach that star.
Yeah. I can go if you want. I got this.
Yeah.
Oh, when my dad passed, we were all trying to. When my dad passed, we were all trying to protect him and say, "It's okay, everything." And she just got a bit cranky one day, and she said, "No, your father's passed, and you're all treating me like I'm a child, and this, that, and the other, and I'm upset, and I want to be upset, and let me be upset,
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, I did exactly. Let it,
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Even if it seems unhealthy. Let it out.
She needs to live this experience and probably sign the contract for it.
Yeah.
She might.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, you guys.
I'm not a mum, so I have no idea what it's like to lose a child.
So I have
I can watch from other people's experience. Devastation. Yeah, sorry.
I had the 10 of swords, the first card. That person is walking away, leaving. Okay. So this person is leaving. Okay. The next card I got, I have the 3 of Pentacles. This is about the learning lessons, teaching, learning and experience. That we have lessons to learn when this happens to either of us. Either it's about your nephew, but when I lost my mother, I had to go through that, okay? Or whatever people do go through when they lose loved ones on the other side. I have this Ace of Swords. to me is developing more spiritual energy behind this. Because I had when I was a child, I had a near death experience. I saw the other side. I know what it's like. You're surrounded by pure, unconditional love. Okay, and people need to understand that. How can I put this? Uh, because we when we lose someone, we think it's over, but it's not, because the death is like uh, it's not what you think. It's a transformation. It's totally transformation. Your body doesn't follow you, but your soul and spirit does survive through that. Okay, and the energy is there. So maybe there's a lesson in that when you lose somebody, that you haven't lost them really, because you're always connected to them no matter what. Okay, uh, it's not easy to go through that, but like myself, when I my mother passed, I was holding her hand and she sent me a message, and the message I got from my mom, and I didn't talk about it because they said you're crazy. People would think I'm a little bit cuckoo, because she sent me the message. She I received joy, happiness, excitement, and she was having a party. And she took her last breath, and she was sending me messages through my hand, and she knew I would understand. That's why I got the message and other people didn't. Okay. But I couldn't talk about it because they said, geez, if I start talking about that, people are going to say, you're completely off your rocker, you're sick, you're some. But I wasn't. And I'm talking to you today about it because I had a near death experience. And plus, my mother sent me a message when she died. So it's not what you think it's like on the other side. It's not like that. It's more like a total freedom, which we don't have here because you're limited with your body here. When your soul and your spirit leaves this and transit on the other side, you're totally free of everything that you know here, like except you bring the love energy with you. That's what exists on the other side. So I hope that helps you. And the only thing you can do is support your sister. Support her in any way you can with lots of love. Okay, that will help her go through it. Also, she can also join a group or something where other people have lost loved ones, and maybe uh, communicate with other people that are living in a situation, because if you hang on to it for years and years, this thing can go. This thing can make you sick.
Oh, sick
You know?
puppy. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry. No.
Yeah.
Sophie was just saying she had to go and clean up from after a sick puppy.
So the puppy was sick. Okay. So
yeah.
So anyway, we all have lessons to learn, and sometimes we go through them. Like another time where I had in my life where 35 years ago, I had an ex-girlfriend who committed suicide. I mean, I went really, really off on my mind, my head. I got really, really sick, but I didn't get any help, and I should have. But nobody reached out to me and said, "You need help. You need to go see a psychiatrist. You need to go see a counselor or something to do with the pain." Because my mind and my body didn't follow. I just went really wacky for a long time, and it took years and years before I healed from that stuff. But today you have all the means possible, and support your loved ones, and be grateful that you are here to support her. So, I mean, as long as you support her and everything, do everything you possible. But you can't uh, say, "I'll take your pain away or your experience away." People need to live through that experience. So that's all I'm saying. So I hope that resonated with you, and I'm sending you lots of healing, love, and light to you and your family and your sister. So for that. So. I understand. And thank you for your question. I hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Ron.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, whoops, sorry, Jay. I should have said something, but I was just like, what? You know what? I don't do well at moving people into the hot seat. It's not something that I do. So I'm like seriously concentrating over here that I don't screw it up and send you to some other stream.
No, it's okay, Kelly, because I was just, trying to figure out, when it comes to Marge's question and her situation, I just instantly just pulled 3 cards. I just really feel some sadness, whatever situation that you're going through, Marge, and I just want to send my sympathy towards you and your family too. And it's just, the cards that I have for you too, and you could comment on it if it really resonates with you or not. Feel free to do so. And the 3 cards that I have for you, I'm going to share the first one, is all about clarity. So whatever that you're going through also, and I know waiting for clarity could be the most toughest thing to do, because it's kind of like you really want that, find that inner peace. But when it comes to this message too for you, Marge, whatever that you're going through when it comes to your situation, just like waiting for clarity can really just help you to really just bring some peace for yourself and towards with your loved ones too, whatever that you guys are going through also with this card right here. And just like when it comes to just like, planning the future also, just really, when it comes to whatever that you're going through also, just really, planning for the future, but also just really, being prepared also for some changes too, whatever that may be when it comes to this message also. I'm just going to keep it really short and sweet for you too. And just like for the last message that I have for you also, Marge, is just like using your energy wisely too. It can really just be an important thing also when it comes to whatever that you're going through, especially when it comes to our, our connection with the higher self and our third eye, our heart chakras, our solar plexus, sacral chakras, the roots. Just really doing your best, and especially for your loved ones too, to using your energy wisely to, to really connect with that in your own way too, can really just be powerful. So with these 3 cards together, Marge, feel free to let me know if any of these messages resonate for you when it comes to this situation. And on a personal note, my heart goes out to you and your family also, what you guys are going through also. So I really do feel some sadness whatsoever going on, but just want to send my prayers to you also. And that's what I have. So.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
I also lost my mother at the 8th of December, just before Christmas. So
it can be a bit hard, can't it? Hey, look, I'm going to have to go in a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna
just to bring a little bit of joy and hopefully a little bit of laughter back. It's okay to still feel a bit of joy and laughter. Yes. Nobody who's passed or is ill wants you to not feel that. So I've got one more misheard lyric from Christmas carols.
Let us hear it.
From this wonderful Christmas carol, I think you've probably all heard it. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Now, the correct lyric is, I don't know how the tune goes. So, Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house on Christmas Eve. And the misheard lyric is, Grandma got run over by a reindeer working home from the outhouse on Christmas Eve.
You're welcome, Marge.
And Olive the other reindeer, not all of the other reindeer. Olive was a nasty reindeer by the look of it. Now, look, my darling, have a happy, safe Christmas. I know it's hard when you have loved ones who aren't doing well. But as I said, they would not want you to not celebrate as you should. Now it's time for me to go and spend some time with my loved one, and before he eats all of the nice little bickies.
No wonder you're leaving.
Love you all.
Christy,
we Christy.
Just said it. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, and thank you so much for popping in. It was so much fun to hang out with you. We love you lots.
it was a surprise to see you there, and I thought I'm going to take advantage. But yeah,
Excellent.
For me to
So
make
glad that you did, love.
Okay, my darlings. Bye
Merry
bye.
Christmas. Bye.
Merry Christmas, Chrissy. Good to see you.
Merry Christmas.
She's so sweet. Thank you, M. Steve. Hey, Aiden.
What's up, Aiden? Good to see you, man.
So, all right, friends, we're just going to take a short commercial break here. Everybody stay put. This is just, I'm going to interject a little Christmas music, and this is the only way that I can do it without getting myself in trouble. So here we go. Fasten your seatbelts, friends. Margie did not at all bring the evening game.
No.
Don't think that at all. I literally had to play that because I'm sitting here kind of slightly freaking out. So as you can see behind me, the patio door is open. Okay. It's like minus 18 degrees Celsius here. So in Fahrenheit, that's just cold. We don't really need to work that out. And it's been snowing and blowing, and literally I turned around and there's like snow on the inside of my house because I had the door open. There's snow. And then the cats have walked in the snow and they've licked the snow. And anyways, it's a whole situation. Aiden says, I'm at the airport waiting for my plane to arrive. Whoops, it's been delayed for a long time. Or a quiet place. Well, that is unfortunate, Aiden, but you're welcome anytime, my friend. So we hope that your plane gets to you and you get to wherever you need to go. My sister went on a cruise for the holidays, and she told me she was leaving on Thursday. And so I was like, well, that's good because you're going to be ahead of the storm. So that's great. And then on Thursday, I was like, oh my God, like we didn't talk. I missed you. And she's like, no, I don't leave till Friday. I'm like, oh my God, what? Anyway, that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that some other day. So anyways, all day yesterday, I was freaking out because I couldn't get a hold of them. And she said she would call when she landed, and she did not. But then today her husband let me know that they were ready to board their ship. And I was like, thank God they're safe and sound, because they were going like right through the storm. Right? They would have been flying right through it, or whatever. Like, I don't know how that works, but I'm not a pilot. Anyway, Jay says, I'm about to head out, but I'll be back when I can. Kelly, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I was going to come back off and get something to eat and do my show quick. If you guys are still on, I'm going to come back in here too. So.
All right, honey. Well, I'm here like the 24th, 25th, and 26th. And I just want to say before you go, because when Sophie came back, I was literally going to say, I'm getting a little verklempt over this, how good this feels, because I literally feel like this was like last year when we were all together. So this makes me feel really good. I'm like emotional. This feels like last year. I love it. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Yeah, look at my silly little snowflake. This is my sweater that my mother bought me like 20 years ago, and it's a snowman, and it says "Bad Hair Day."
That's
Which
awesome.
is what's happening here, friends. I need a haircut.
I'll have to leave for. I don't know if I'll be able to come back. I have a little issue with the dog.
Okay.
So yeah. So hopefully he'll be okay for the night.
Well, he's going to be okay for you.
Well, rub his belly. Be okay.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to come out of it. That's the thing.
Hope your
So,
puppy feels better. Sophie.
I'm sorry.
Sophie, if you want, I can send you the links for the next 2 days if you want to join us like another day if it's a better time for you or the puppy's feeling better. Like you're more than welcome anytime, my friend. I love you lots.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I know the 26th, if I'm better, I'll be able to go to my parents. If not, I'm not going to go and give them the cold because
Right.
they're not well. So,
Right.
but I don't know if my brother is coming back tomorrow or not.
Well, you're welcome anytime if you're able to join, or
I'd like that.
you can come
It's
in January or February or March. I'll be here.
Thank you very much. If I'm able to, and you guys are still on, I might show up tonight.
Okay.
I might come back tonight.
Glad to see you anyway. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. So we'll see you later. Thank you very much, Kelly. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye, Sophie. Oh, that's so nice that Sophie was able to join.
Yeah,
she sent me a text earlier and said, Kelly, like if you, I'm home alone, and if you need some company, I'm like, that would be awesome. So, yeah, last year, for those of you that don't know, we were on here for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, and you guys were with me for most of it, and we had so much fun reading on the craziest of things. It just all of a sudden it just popped into my mind with the four of us on the screen, and I was like, that's kind of cool. So
cool. Well, Kelly, I'm about to get something to eat real quick, but if you guys are still on, I will hop back on immediately. So when it comes to that, yeah, but I'll be on Monday. I know you're going live again, right? On Monday, right? So
yes,
so I'll be there for sure. But like, if you guys are still on tonight, I'll hop back in after my show, because I'm not trying to stay on long too. So awesome. Yeah, but definitely, I love to support you guys, and it's good to see everyone in the chat too. Aiden, Marge, everyone. So Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas, Jay.
Guys, stay safe. Get your presents. Get your self-care presents, whatever that may be. Presents, wherever it comes in many shapes, wherever that may be, whatever it is. So, Merry Christmas to you guys too.
Merry Christmas, Jay. It's so good to see you. Love you lots, my friend.
Love you lots too, guys. All right, peace. I'll be back. I'll be back, like Arnold Schwarzenegger says.
Aiden is saying, is Boxing Day where you get to punch others without repercussions? Boxing Day literally is the day after Christmas, and so that's when you have all the boxes and the packages that need to be recycled. And here in Canada, it's a holiday, so if we get a holiday, we're celebrating it. So that's the end of my knowledge about Boxing Day. Sorry.
I went to one time to a sale, a Boxing Day sale.
Oh my God! We need to explain, Ron, to our American friends, because they don't have Boxing Day sales there. I don't think we have Boxing Day sales here, like you all have Black Friday sales in the States for Thanksgiving. So like Boxing Day is like our Thanksgiving sales, like you guys have. Just so that you know. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, I just said I went there, and I remember I bought a sweater that was like half price or something like that, because before we had Black Friday and all this stuff, it was Boxing Day. That's okay, but I'll never do it. I'll never go there again, because
it's
worst. Horrible, because people are nuts.
They really are.
If you ever go into a store like that and you happen to put your hand on something that's like half price like that, and you got it in your hand, there's some people that'll take it right out of your hand.
100%.
How wacky they are. So I didn't like that. And
I've only ever bought one thing.
Oh, geez, yeah.
When I was a young girl, I was maybe about, 23 or 22 or something, and I got money for Christmas. And in my family, we don't get money for Christmas, but this, for whatever reason, I did. And I went like downtown Toronto to some leather store and lined up for like 4 hours in the flipping freezing cold to buy myself a leather jacket. I mean, whatever. And then I don't know, maybe about 10 or 12 years ago, Mark was looking at all the flyers one day and or one weekend, whatever it was, and Boxing Day sale at a local store, at a furniture store, had a TV on for like half price, and he was in it to win it. So he was up and dressed and out the door, and I was like, I don't even know what happened, and he came home with a new TV.
Somebody said something about Boxing Day is when you return things too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't return anything. I didn't want to go back there. But I mean, the sweater I bought, I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it, but I didn't like the atmosphere around me. Like people were ready to fight each other.
Linda says, how about a card or two of positive messages? So I pulled a card. And this is what I've got, Linda. It says, it's a beautiful little snow globe of a Frosty the Snowman. And it says, welcome changes. It's time to shake things up. So channel your inner snow globe and shake some things up. I don't know. That's what I got.
Oh, wow.
That is what I got.
I picked a couple of cards. Something about, okay. First card. The 4 of Wands. Go out there and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Literally have fun. Make sure, sometimes people take too much of a serious, everything serious, and they're unhappy when you do that.
Yeah.
You have to get out of that mood, and go out there and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Be happy. Be positive. The next card I got is Justice card. Take a look at yourself and see if you're doing that. So put it that way. So,
well, that's a great message. Really, it's like, stay in balance. If you keep your balance in check, your vibration is lifted is higher, and if your vibration is higher, then you are able to bring more joy and celebration into your heart. So.
Yeah. We have another question here and there.
Yes, I know. I've got this one. Whoops, wrong. There we go.
Yeah.
So Linda says, okay, I've been thinking of making a snow angel, but it's cold outside. You know what? I so want to do that. I'm afraid, though, if I fall backwards, I'll probably split my head open. So
I don't remember. I think it's Lisa Foster. I think it's her. She posted on Facebook a snowman. And she had that friggin' rabbit eating the carrot, and the carrot was the nose of the snowman. So I said, Jesus, he's doing a snow job on it.
Yeah, I love it.
A nose job on it. A nose job.
A nose job. That's cute. So Thomas says, when I go on a cruise, I gain about 1 pound per day. How many pounds does Santa gain on his annual trip?
Jesus.
I'm thinking before I even toss a card, which I don't know how many cards I could toss to answer this question, I literally don't think that he gains any weight on his trip. For all the cookies that he eats, he doesn't often eat a whole cookie. Usually only takes a couple of bites. And then when you think about all the running around and the speed in which he has to do that, right, the up and down of all the chimneys, I think it probably works itself out. Kind of balances itself out. Let's see.
And he shares his food with others.
I was gonna say he shares them with there's 9 reindeer, right? Yeah, with 9 reindeer. That's a test. How many people know all the reindeer's names?
Oh my God, I don't.
There's Comet and Cupid, Donner and Blitzen,
Rudolph,
Dancer and Prancer, Comet and Vixen. Yes. Woo, 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 woo. Check me out. I mean, I'm saying yes, like as if I know that that's right. I think it's right. I don't know it's right. Oh. I have to wrap all my Christmas presents for my kitty cats.
You wouldn't believe how grateful I am to have power. Because yesterday was like 8 times. Fix the clock, fix the clock, fix the clock, fix the clock. 8 times, I think.
Well, luckily, because my husband's in the electrical trade,
Okay.
We have like a it's not like a battery backup, it like a generator, but it's a backup for like power surges. And so if we get a surge of power, it will
a pack.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will conserve everything, and like we could still run we could run the fridge on it, or like the computer on it, or the TV on it. I mean, but not for a long period of time. So what happens is every time yesterday, like the lights were flickering on and off. So every time the lights flickered, this thing would like click, and it was like literally someone was standing there flicking a light switch. It was kind of freaky, but
yeah. Well, I was watching something, but this when that electricity cuts off, your freaking computer has to restart again.
Oh my God,
isn't it? Oh my God. Jesus.
All I'm worried about is I said to my husband today, make sure we got some propane for the barbecue, because we're electricity here. We don't have gas. So if we're cooking that turkey and the power goes out, we got to throw it on the barbecue. So.
Well, we did what we did yesterday. Before Friday, we cooked some chicken. Why did we cook some chicken? So that we can make chicken sandwiches or something to eat.
Just in case. Yeah.
We have no stove. We have no toilet, nothing.
Yeah.
And a lot of water, because I have a dog. So I got to give him water.
Yeah.
And I was stuck in my yard.
Yeah.
With 3 feet of snow. I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So if I had an emergency, nobody can get in here unless you hire some guy with a tractor with a big nose. And I had to remove. I picked up chunks about this big of ice near the road there with a plow.
Yes.
Big. I had to remove that. If I catch that with my snowblower, it'll break the 20s.
Yeah, break the blade. Yeah.
So I don't have a generator. Generator here costs, the one I would need, over, I think it's $1,500. So I don't have that kind of money yet.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like I said, my husband works in the electrical trade. Yeah. And I literally said to him yesterday, why don't we have a generator? Exactly. It's not like you couldn't get one. You know what I mean?
I don't like the noise of it. The noise. Yeah. And then things. Anyway. But those things you're talking about, a battery pack, you can buy them, I think, somewhere. I forget.
Yeah.
I think Canadian Tire had them. I'm
not
sure.
They do. Canadian Tire has them.
Yeah.
Now, Mark got them from the company that he works for, but yes, you can get them from Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire just
you charge it first, you plug it in and charge it, and once it's fully charged, then it takes over your whatever. I think.
Yeah. Just so you guys all know, for all of our American friends that are in the chat, Canadian Tire is started out as an automotive service center, but then branched into an automotive sort of selling parts kind of store, and now has evolved to basically like a department store for everything that a regular department store doesn't carry. So they don't really sell clothes, but they sell like toys and kitchenware, and
they sell clothes.
Well, now they do, but I mean, it's not like clothing, you know what I mean? It's not like a Walmart. Imagine a Home Depot, but more like for not, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain, isn't it, Ron? Like what Canadian Tire is. It's very odd.
It's not what it sounds like. It's not Canadian Tire. It's more than tires in there. So
yeah, and they also have their own money.
Yeah.
Which you can get back as you pay so much and you get like reward points kind of things with the money, which is great. I think that Santa is just fine. I think that Santa, I got the temperance card on the bottom of the deck. So this is balance, right? Literally this card shows that you've got 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water. So trying to keep the diet in balance. Like I said, the running back and forth and the up and down the chimneys and the in and out of the sleigh. And I've got the 10 of earth here. So, this is the happy home card, right? This is the building of the solid foundation. And he's just trying to do what he's got to do to get the job done. But he is fully aware that he needs to protect himself so that he can continue with the tradition and the security that his position sort of provides people with. That's what I got.
Well, I got 2 cards, and it says I got the 4 of Wands. It's all about having fun.
Absolutely.
Spreading, sharing, the love, the exchange, having fun. And then I got the 6 of Pentacles, exchange of abundance. So there you go.
Well, it's the giving and the receiving, right? Maybe he's got.
Yeah, you see, this person's giving, the other ones are receiving.
Hey, Ron, maybe he's got elastic waist in his pants, so giving and receiving with the weight, like the.
Well, he's got to keep it in his pants, because where else can it go?
I meant. Stop it. I meant if he eats too much, his pants will just move. You know what I mean? What do they call that? Buffet pants. Like the elastic waistband is like a buffet pant or something. I don't know. Thanks for the question, Thomas. That was great. Bora Bora says the NORAD Santa tracker said that Santa was last seen in the Bahamas and is headed towards Florida now. Laugh out loud. Somebody tell Ron DeSantis to hide his white boots.
Yeah,
Santa might want to borrow those.
There's one thing I love about winter. If you ever run out of electricity, you can always put your food outside. You won't lose it.
You know what? Growing up,
yeah,
for years, we weren't wealthy people. We didn't have like a second fridge, and I have a big family, as I've alluded to many times, and we used our barbecue as our cooler. Or my dad would put a cooler on this like outside the patio door on the step, and it would hold like different things in the cooler in case like the fridge got full or whatever. Yeah. There's Canadians do that's like normal. It's not even a weird thing. It's normal that we do stuff like that.
Well,
oh my God.
But if you guys don't know, but here in Quebec, where I am, when I was young, we used to get 4 feet of snow in one night.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I remember one March.
I remember seeing the snow right up to the edge of almost the wires, the electric wires.
Yeah.
That high.
Of the fence, yeah. The wires. I got you.
The snow, what do you ever call it? The snow, what do you call that? Snowbound?
Snow belt. Yeah, the snow belt.
Banks.
Yeah. Oh, the
snow banks. But now they have, the snow shovel, snow scraper, whatever they call it, they use it. But some places they have snow blowers on those things,
right,
to blow the snow because it's too much.
Yes.
So they go through and blow the snow further away from that. Yeah. I used to dig holes in there. That was dangerous to do that. I dig holes when I was a kid and go through there.
Absolutely. Did the same thing. I mean, because what's happening is you get all the ice from the road, right? And it blows over, and then it's dangerous. Like if you could literally like injure yourself if you hit on one of those things.
Collapse on you,
Yeah.
Collapse on you.
When I was a little kid, I remember one March break, just before Easter time. So here we have like your spring break is what we call March break. And that's just before Easter happens here in Canada. And somewhere in between that, we were at school and we were literally sent home from school because there was a bad snowstorm. And the route that we had to walk home had a cemetery by it. And I'm telling you, thank gosh it did, because literally at one point, the wind was blowing so hard and it was like that harsh snow that was like hit you right in the head. So you had to walk like that, right? Like looking down, not looking straight ahead. It was myself, my sister, and our 2 friends. So like a sister my age and a sister my sister's age. And we were walking on top of the snowbank, so up off of the road like 3 or 4 feet, and literally holding on to the top of the chain link fence, sort of guiding ourselves across the cemetery, because that was the only thing that was keeping us on the ground, if you know what I mean. No, it's not. I mean, we do get black ice on the roads, Bora Bora, but what happens is here, so the snow plows will go by and they will pick the snow up and push it off to the side of the road. And then every once in a while, one of these big machines will come by, and it's kind of like a wood chipper, right? So this big machine comes by and it literally takes half of the snowbank away and recycles it and dumps it in the back, because there's so many big chunks of ice in the snowbanks, like they're dangerous, right? And you can't move them, and they won't melt, and then there'll be floods and all.
I don't have those here because I got my mailbox hit with a big chunk of ice, and it went like this.
Yeah.
I made a complaint because the guy is going too fast when he plows.
Yeah.
So I noticed this year they must have changed. He must have been booted out, this guy, because they had so many planes breaking the mailboxes going down. And right. I told him, I said, this guy, he just goes really, really fast. When he grab the chunks, this blade is made to push things way up.
Yeah.
And it destroys every mailbox there is on the side of the road.
So what you guys are looking at, by the way, so you see Ron and I are sitting inside this square, and behind us here is an actual picture of the lake that I took you all to that first time that I went out. And this is the shore of Georgian Bay, and this is frozen solid. Right? And I mean, you can see all these icy bits here that are sticking up. That's the kind of stuff that's on our road. Because we got a lot of snow and a lot of freezing and rain here and a lot of ice, and it's just yucky. But it's Canada and we love it.
Well, I don't know if you get worse weather than we do, but
no. I just mean generally speaking in Canada.
Well, you're beside a lake. If you're near a lake, I mean, the weather can be really
temperamental.
Right.
It can be really temperamental.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It can be really temperamental.
I don't live near. I got mountains. I'm at the bottom of the mountains. I can see the mountains through my kitchen windows.
Lovely.
But it's beautiful to see it in the summertime, and then when you see it in the winter, you see all the snow caps on the mountains. So,
Oh, is it, Mark? That's cool. Yeah, you guys have about the same kind of weather that we do, Lise.
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Connecticut. But I think that I'm not sure if Suzanne is still here, but I think Suzanne wins. And like for Canada, for cold.
She said
I think that Suzanne wins.
Well, it was minus 40 out there this week, something like that. Like minus 40, minus 27, minus what the hell?
Yeah, it's like minus stupid. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't even know.
I think I saw something on TV where somebody threw a glass of water in the air like that. It froze instantly.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think I saw that.
Whatever.
But it's amazing to see though. It throw it up in the air, you go. All of a sudden, it turned into ice.
Yeah, she lives in Alberta, Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Now here's the difference though. Like I used to live in Alberta, and I'm sure I've told this story. So we moved there from Ontario, and it snowed like super early in the year, like beginning of October, and we were like, oh crap, we weren't prepared. We didn't have any like winter clothing. And so, we went to the store and bought like boots and coats and hats and all that bit. And when we came out of the store, the snow was all gone. They don't have the same kind of humidity that we have here, like in Ontario and in Quebec.
It's dry. It's not humid.
Yeah. So like, and I'm not being smart. I can only speak from my personal experience. I went on a trip to BC, and they were like, oh my God, it's freezing, wear your toque and put your perk on, and, like the Michelin coat and the whole bit. And I got there and I was like, I need to take my coat off. Like I was hot, but to them it's cold. It's just a different kind of cold than it is to us. like here where we are, because it's humid here, right?
It's
so
cold
here we have
there,
high wind chills.
sometimes more cold there, but
Yes.
it's dry cold, which we're used to humidity, and it's you get the chills.
Yeah.
But over there, there's nothing to it. Like I don't feel that cold that they feel because
it's different.
It's a dry cold.
Yeah.
Even when it's hot, it's the same thing. Even when it's hot, it's not humid. It's not a humid. That's what.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that because I was told that Alberta would be great for someone with my allergies, and like when I went there that time, I had a sinus headache for the entire time that I was there. Like the entire time that I was there, and I was like, "Oh my God, my head's gonna blow off."
Yeah. I used to when I was young. I used to live out there too.
Oh, did
Prince
you?
George. Yeah, I worked for a train company, so I was doing some friggin' hard work there, laying tracks. I don't think you know what it is, but it's really hard.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Did you work for Pacific? Or
yeah. Hey, yeah. I gotta tell you a joke about this. Okay. When I was on the working for the train company, we used to sleep in these caboose, or I don't know what they call them, trains, where they kept all the workers sleep there. So I was working with a bunch of immigrants, I think some from Portugal, Italian, and other nationalities. And one guy, he asked me, he said, "Hey, Izzy, what nationality are you?" I said, "I'm a French Canadian." So he said, "Oh, it's because of your skin color. It's a little bit like darker, a little bit." And I said, "Oh, you know why my face and the color of my skin is like that? Because I ate so much shit in my life, it stayed." Oh my God! They were on the floor rolling around, laughing. Big guys like 250 pounds to 300 pounds rolling on the floor.
Oh my God, Ron!
He didn't expect that. He didn't expect that I answered.
That is so funny. I have a funny story about Christmas that I'd love to share.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny to me. I don't know that it's going to be funny to anybody else, but so my father used to own his own business, and my dad decided that he wanted to, without going into a whole lot of detail, my dad decided that he wanted to have like a kiosk, and a kiosk in a mall is kind of like, when you go into the mall and you go to the place that's in the middle of the aisle. So not in a store, but in like a little booth that's set up in the middle of the aisles. And this is what he wanted. But there was a store that was available because someone had just left, and they were trying to get my dad to take the store instead of doing this thing in the middle of the aisle. And so my dad said, like, let me try it out. So he got like a 3-month short-term sort of lease thing, right? And it used to be a clothing store. And it was right across from Santa's workshop. And because it had fitting rooms in it, they worked out a deal that Santa and the helpers would change in the old fitting rooms in this store. And so on Christmas Eve, my dad phoned my mom and said, "Hey, do you think it would be okay if I brought the Santa suit home?" And my mom was like, "Why would you bring the Santa suit home?" And he's like, "Well, because, for the kids." And my mom was like, "It's really not worth it. It's like that, that's considered theft. Like, it's not your property. You shouldn't take it." And he's like, "No one's ever going to know." Anyway, basically, I don't even know why he called my mom, because, when, like, he already had his mindset. He already knew he was going to do it. So not only did he take the Santa suit, but he had brought an elf costume and the Yogi Bear costume home with him. And so he came home wearing the Santa suit. And for the next 3 or 4 days, we walked around town. Many people came to our house. I was Yogi Bear. And we literally have pictures of me and my dad walking down the street. My dad dressed as Santa and me dressed as Yogi Bear. in this costume, just acting foolish, and it's like one of my favorite memories. But yeah, my dad stole it from the store. Basically, is the funny part. But anyway, hi everybody in the chat. Hi, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, that's just a silly little story. One of my favorite things that we used to do on Christmas is we used to build a gingerbread house. And then, of course, as we got older, we wouldn't build it. We would just buy it because that was easier. And we would take that to wherever we were going for dinner, wherever my Nana was, because her birthday was Christmas Day. And we would take that, and our favorite thing to do, all of our cousins, like, so it would come and it would be wrapped in a big plastic bag. And we would fight over who was going to get to smash it, because that was what we would do. We would literally throw it on the floor, like just bam, to crack it. And then we would just like feast on it like it was our turkey. That was fun as kids. We liked doing that.
Well,
we liked doing that.
I'm a unique son. So what I missed about my younger days was with my family. Mm-hmm. And I got separated because my mom moved to Ontario from Rouyn-Noranda, which is way up north of Quebec. Left the whole family, and then I hadn't seen those people for 50 years. My God, did I ever miss the family? Because as we were kids, my little cousins and everything, we used to get together. Then I felt all alone all my life after that. So that
would be really hard.
I still have good memories about when there was family playing music and all that stuff. So yeah,
I have to say, like, that I don't know that experience, as I was saying earlier. I because I had such a big family on my dad's side as well as on my mom's side.
Yeah.
It was just like total chaos and pandemonium, but like in a fun way. You know what I mean? There was no bad stuff about it. It was just like, I mean, as kids, we thought it was like nonstop partying, and we just thought it was a hoot. And then as we got older, we did the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I was doing that when I was 45 years old. I remember on my Nana's 90th birthday, at like 4 or 5:30 in the morning, somewhere in that range, we were trying desperately to get my mom to leave. She was like, just one more dance, and I was like, okay, fine. Yeah. And that's, it's funny because all of my mom's sisters, they'd all be partying because they hadn't seen each other and be talking and whatever. And all the kids would be asleep and all the husbands would be crashed on the couches, but the sisters were sitting at the table or wherever they were, just having a hoot. And I have to say, growing up with that kind of environment around me, it just made Christmas like super happy all the time, right?
I had an uncle who had a farm. He had cows, he had chickens, he had.
Was his name Old MacDonald? No, sorry.
But I had this cousin, Richard. Okay, he's passed. He's on the other side now. But this guy is like my uncle, like to tease, Mm-hmm. Like my uncle used to tie shoes together when you're not looking. Tie both your laces together. Jesus, you can really get hurt. But my cousin Richard, his name was Richard. We used to have to go in the barn and collect eggs because my aunt says, well, we need eggs for this morning. So we're looking in, it's like treasure hunting for us. Mm-hmm. One egg here, an egg here. And then he showed me an egg like this and said, look, come closer. Then he goes, bang, he puts it, he breaks it into my forehead. All the yellow, you son of a gun. He used to do that. So, yeah. So
when we used to
reason that though.
Yeah. When we used to go to my grandmother's house, my dad's mom's house, she used to live in an old converted schoolhouse.
Yeah.
That had an indoor outhouse in it. Bye, Linda. Merry Christmas, my love.
Merry Christmas to you.
Many blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So it was like a piece of plywood with a hole in it, and that's it. But it was in the house, and I mean, not like I was born with a silver spoon in my house, but it was a lot. If you know what I'm saying. When I went there, I was like, I couldn't understand why her bathroom didn't look like ours did at home, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I used to go into the washroom to entertain myself, and I would throw all kinds of things down that hole. Didn't matter what it was, whatever was on the counter, my slippers, everything, toilet paper, you name it. And I just throw it all down the hole. And then I'd come out of the bathroom and I wouldn't say nothing. And then, someone would go in the bathroom and be like, yelling like, where's the toilet paper? And then my grandma would just look at me and I'd be like, yep, that was me. And then my uncle would have to go and fish it out. Well, one of my uncles, right?
Yes.
So he would have to go in and fish all the stuff out of the hole that I threw down there.
Oh boy.
Jan's like, I'm so glad I tuned in. I love your stories. So yeah, that's a great story. Mark says, favorite Christmas movies. I have 3. It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street with Natalie Wood, and A Christmas Carol, the 1938 version with Reginald Owen. Okay. I'm going to say this. And because it's Christmas, I want you to tell me that you get it. Okay? So many months ago, I was in a chat where they were talking about Donald Trump, being held accountable. And I wrote in the chat that in my mind, I have created this fantasy vision, whatever it is, like I'm manifesting this, right? That when he is held accountable, it's going to be like the scene from Miracle on 34th Street, where everyone is waiting to find out, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Like, what's the verdict, right? And then all of a sudden, the bailiff, opens up the window and yells out, and the street is lined with people. And it's like, he's going to jail, and the whole place goes, ah, in my mind's eye, that's how I have Donald Trump's accountability playing out. And I'm trying to manifest that. And I know that that's terrible, but there you have it, friends. So, Miracle on 34th Street, my favorite movie, Mark, just so you know. And
it was on tonight. I saw that today.
I've had it taped for months, and I've been watching it on loop. Like I'm not even joking. I know it word for word. Like
that's about the guy that's the real Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember the fake one. He took the bottle of alcohol right out of his thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
I have the version of the one with Richard Attenborough in it. So it was like 1980 something. In 1980 it was done. With Elizabeth Hurley and Richard Attenborough. I like that version the best. But anyway. And then, of course, on New Year's Eve, we watched Bells of St. Mary. My Auntie Carol and I used to watch that when I was a little kid. And so I try to find that and watch Bells of St. Mary. That's with Bing Crosby. It's an old black and white movie.
But you know what? You're talking about 45. I saw this guy when he used to be an apprentice and all this. I didn't like that energy. I never did like that energy. And I was shocked when he was voted in. I couldn't believe it. I said, why would people vote for this guy? I mean, I even have family in the States that voted for him. So
I have family who are Canadians who live in Canada who tell me that they think that Trump is the best thing that ever happened to the world, and we should all be so grateful. And I'm like,
wow.
Sure.
I was shocked. You know why I was shocked? I couldn't understand why people couldn't understand what I knew. already. I mean, it's so visible. How? I mean, it's visible.
Well, at some point, I mean,
Jeez.
to your point, Ron, I agree.
Mm.
I say this to myself, okay? If anyone has ever had a kid or been around kids, or you ever babysat kids, or you've been around kids, like youngsters, and you say to them, did you do that, Bobby? No, it was Sue that did it. Okay. 18 more times, Bobby, did you do it? If every time you ask Bobby if he did it and Bobby always blames someone else, but you know that it was Bobby, guess what? Chances are it was Bobby. And I, for the life of me, do not understand why these people don't get it, that every single time that someone comes out with some kind of news report, accusation, leaked information, whatever, that the other person is a liar, a jerk, a horrible person, it's a witch hunt. It's like, my God, please. It can't be. It just can't be that way. I mean, people are not that stupid.
With my experience, because I was abused when I was a kid because of my stepfather, right. I think I was already exposed to seeing bullies and things like that. So I saw this in 45. So I think I've already known that when I was a kid, so I can recognize another one right off the bat. I guess
I honestly believe
that's how I can explain it. But if you've never been through what I've been through, bullied or abused like that, maybe you would, because some people have a big heart. Okay, they're kind, they're loving, and they never. And then they meet people and they think people are like them. No.
I actually, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Yes. I think where Trump is concerned, that part of the reason why he got in is because people, and when I say people, I'm generalizing that term, a portion of people were sick and tired of having the sort of blanket statement or the blanket behavior of being politically correct shoved down their throat. They wanted to say how they really felt. They wanted to exercise their right to speak their freedom, but they were basically told not to, and everyone was walking around, keeping it to themselves. And Donald Trump got up there and sort of lit a match to you can get up and say whatever you want, and they just have to take it. And I think that people loved it.
Yeah, but there's always a reason behind everything. Happens for a reason.
100%.
So I believe that. I mean, for me, there right now, I think this happened because this is waking up the whole world. He woke up the whole world. I mean, his story is all over the world. First of all, so I think that people waking up because of that. Okay, and they needed something to wake them up, because and he exposed a lot of people underground stuff that's coming out too. So.
That he absolutely did.
Yeah.
I think that in terms of what you just said, I think that that's very true, and I think it's a good thing that the fragileness or the yes, that's the word I want to use, the fragileness of the situation needed to be exposed, as scary as that is, in order for people to actually pay attention to the fact that it was as fragile as it is. And I think the fact that it's so fragile scares the crap out of so many people, because a lot of people think that like United States is like built out of like Teflon or something. Do you know what I mean? Like they're indestructible. You can't hurt them. And he exposed them.
Yeah.
And then, that's when they became sort of fragile. And I think that the world between Ukraine and a little bit, and because of what's happened over the last couple of years, that people are starting to understand that democracy is where it's at.
They're learning to put the values at the right place.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
That's where we're okay. And the old energy is leaving, so all this bullying, dictatorships are all dying, and they're exposing not only people, government in the United States, but every government all over the world. Everyone, even in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm saying even in Canada,
Yeah.
there's some stuff going underground here too. We're not angels here. No way that the government is perfect here. No government is perfect. First of all,
no, we're not. I mean, absolutely no government is perfect, but
there's something about government. If you think you're going to vote somebody and he's going to do everything for you, you're wrong.
Well, 100%.
Because we each have responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think part of the problem is that, and again, what I was just saying before about the fragileness of it has been exposed, that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And when you've gone through a slew of great years, and let's face it, we just came out of like 20 years where it was pretty good. You know what I mean? People had jobs and money and houses, and things were okay, right? And I'm generalizing, obviously.
So to speak, okay.
Yeah.
Because they ignored the environment. They ignored
absolutely
new technology.
Absolutely.
Which I when I grew up, I met people that invented the electric cars. Okay, and they were shut down. Completely shut down by the gas companies, name it, all the rich, and they were completely shut down. I met these people myself.
Yeah. And so the point is that it needed to be exposed, and it was good that it was exposed, because now it's going to be you can't hide something once it's been seen. You know what I mean? Like, you can't unsee it. And now that it's been seen and it's been exposed, hopefully it gets sorted, and y'all move in a direction that's, more commonplace for society at large.
But it's like me. How come they didn't do the electric cars already? How come they didn't do that? That's why, because big money shut down the people that are inventing stuff. For there's people out there that could help the whole planet, but they shut them down because money wise, billionaires or whatever. So that's why, and it's got to change. I believe in humanity, and I believe humanity wants peace. They don't want.
Me and my cat are gonna have a conversation. All right, come on the table and play with the crystals. It's not hockey up here. Okay.
Mickey has a question. Is my home haunted? 1610.
You don't walk on the keyboard, sweetheart. We'll lose the whole stream. Come on now.
Haunted.
Are you going to sit down, behave? Okay, good. Thank you. Like reasoning with the cat. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's Mickey saying? Oh, hi, Mickey.
Yeah. Is my home haunted? 1610.
How the heck would I know that? I'm trying to think of a better way to ask the question. We can ask if there's any spiritual energy around his home, right? Or
he says my mom is what? I think
my mom
is sick since she moved in here.
There could be so many reasons why that could happen. I mean, there could be like asbestos, there could be mold, there could be lead.
It's not because the house is haunted, your mom's sick.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The house being haunted would not make your mom sick.
No, there's something else.
And if you think that there is some kind of negative entity in your house, you can always go to a metaphysical store. You can order it off of Amazon, I believe, and buy yourself some sage. And you use the sage to sort of clear out the negative energy in your home. You can do that yourself.
Yeah, you got to change the energy.
Yeah.
To a positive energy.
Yeah.
Laughter, positive thing.
Yeah.
Things like that. So he says, "This house is very strange." I have a picture.
It's very possible that your house does have an entity in it, but that's not that has nothing to do with your mom being sick.
No. He says he tried.
Then maybe you might need to get like a professional, sort of like a spiritual person that does clearings, like that clears energies.
Look what I pulled the first card. The Magician.
Cool.
So you got to be creative.
I got that too, but I've got the High Priestess showing up.
Okay.
And then underneath it is the Tower card.
This side of San Antonio is very old. It could be old. It could be people that are. Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that it's I don't feel that it's like a negative energy or a negative entity, or not a negative energy or a negative entity. I don't feel that it's like there's not a spirit that's there haunting the house.
No.
I don't feel that at all. I've got the Dreamer, which is the Fool card, or sorry, the oh my God, yes, the Fool card. So that's like, it talks about new beginnings and new adventures and stuff, and that's the energy coming in from the past. And then next to that, I've got the Five of Fire, so that's conflict, right?
He says, "Not evil, just dark." Yeah. You need to bring some light.
Yeah, so you need to have someone come in and try to like cleanse the energy for you, or clean the energy out, whatever, like an energy clearing. Then I've got the Four of Fire, that's celebration, and this is about your home. This is about community. And then I've got the Strength card. So like I'm sort of picking up what you're saying in the cards, that there's like something doesn't like necessarily feel great, because we've got new beginnings, conflict, a celebration in community and home, and then I've got the Strength card. So testing your patience or your perseverance, and your courage. And then on the bottom of the deck, I've got the High Priestess, which is tapping into your intuition and your gut instinct. And so, here's the thing. People, I'm not trying to like be trite, and I'm not trying to like not answer the question. People that know me know that I say this all the time. We all have an intuition. We all have a gut instinct. And if you feel that is what's happening in your house, then you need to reach out to either a professional or try again with the sage to clear it out, and say something along the lines of, ask your spiritual team to come in, ask Archangel Michael to protect you, and ask the negative entity or energy to leave, that they are not welcome there, that you don't want them there. You want to clear this space. There's also the what's it called, Ron? The Santo Pablo that you can get. You can have incense, you can pick certain crystals. There's lots of different like sort of tricks that you can use, but you need like an actual clearing.
You know,
Of course, your faith in God is enough. Absolutely. You got to pray.
I got a feeling it's
Palo Santo. Thank you, Bora Bora.
I got a feeling it. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it there. I'm gonna say it. I got a feeling that it's somebody that lived there before.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Passed and loves to be in that house, loves the house, and coming back. Somebody that is
like not harmful.
No, it's not harmful, but it's like.
Thank you, Cardman. There you go.
Problem of detaching from the whatever is attracted to in the house. The old
it's
style.
like Lee said, it's residual, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
Because spirits can like hang around or
yes, it can.
Or kind of like hang out in a space that they enjoyed or that they're familiar with.
Yes.
But just because a spirit is in your presence or around you or in your home does not mean that they're there to harm you in any way, shape, or form. They just want to be around, like the building or the structure or the room or whatever. They don't wish to do you any harm, and you could. I mean, you can, as Cardomancy said, you can say Psalms 91. You can just say, I would appreciate it, like that you leave, like you're not welcome here, right? Whoops. Extreme cleaning the yard. Sometimes I wonder if the house itself is alive. No. I mean, if it were me, I would have a professional come in and do the clearing. That's what I would do to make sure that it was done right. If you get what I'm saying. And really, what I want to add to that is this: if it doesn't even I don't mean this offensively, it doesn't really matter whether there is or whether there isn't, or whether it's good, bad, or different. What it means is if it's making you feel uncomfortable, then you need to do something so that you feel comfortable again.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I'm. So if hiring a professional to have him come in, no different if you needed new windows, you would hire a professional or a plumber or something like that. Have a professional come in and do it, and then you can hopefully feel better and move forward. That's what I would urge you to do. Hi, Luana. Or Luana, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name.
Luana. So, yeah. So, yeah, you can always clear things. But definitely you need more light in the house. He said that the house is dark. You need more light. So, I don't know if you can.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a valid point, right? When you're feeling like it's heavy and it's dark, you need to bring in more joy and more light. That's how you counteract that, right?
Yeah. So.
Because it's all about the vibration. Right? Yeah. It's all about the energetic vibration.
You're welcome. But always you can always ask. What's that? Oh, the cats, eh?
That is from It's a Wonderful Life. Every time you hear music, an angel gets its wings. No, that's my camera going off.
Okay. So
my front camera that's been going off 1 billion times since this storm hit because of the snow blowing around. It's literally just ding, 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 ding. That's all it's been doing.
Well, like I said, I always ask for protection and things like that when I know something is coming, I ask for protection, and it works. If you ask the archangels, okay. To me, I asked Metatron and.
Do you guys want to see what's? Sorry, Ron. Hold on. This is what's going on outside my house right now.
Oh my God, it's worse than here. Worse than yeah. We had high winds here, so Jesus. Yeah. So
sorry,
I only think it's a spirit that loves the house who lived there before, and it's still hanging on there around.
Yeah, that's what I get too.
Yeah, so put it that way.
And I will tell you though, Mickey, that I have when you came in or Mikey, sorry, not Mickey, I have tingles in my head right now when you came in and asked that question. So I'm not disagreeing with you that there could be something there. But I don't think that it's there to harm you. Of course, I can't tell that with cards.
Well, I didn't pull any cards. This is my feeling on that question. Yeah.
Of course, it could just be because I've been sitting here for almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Marge said, ask Archangel Michael to remove any entity that does not have your highest good in their heart.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can put protective mirrors around your property. You can cast bubbles of protection around yourself. But and I'm not being smart when I say this. I don't know, how involved in spirituality you are or how familiar you are with these things. And so if this is not something that you're familiar with, your best bet is to find someone that's local that can assist you in clearing the house.
Yeah.
Or possibly maybe watch a video on YouTube that can sort of, that you could follow the steps so that you can do it properly and make sure that.
Like he says, she slaps my butt.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. You know what? I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm tired. It's almost 11 o'clock.
I have to spend a little bit of time with my wife there. We're going to listen to music and things like that. I said that.
Yeah.
After
Santa is going to be arriving anytime now, so we've got to get to bed. Make sure that the cookies and milk are out. Make sure that you have your list written for what you wish for Christmas. And I
got so many likes on my channel. I put up. I said to people, "Merry Christmas," and 65 likes and about 26 comments on there. Jesus.
Very nice.
Wow. So that when people do that, it warms your heart up because
it does.
Because we do that to share, start our channel and share with you guys in the chat.
Well, what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. So on my daily reads, this is my Advent calendar, right?
Okay.
And on my daily reads, I've been pulling a little trinket from the box. And then whatever that trinket is, it's something Christmas related, obviously. Right. And each day I've been incorporating that in my reading because it was my way of trying to inspire people and trying to motivate people and trying to get people to sort of think about the magic of the season, not necessarily about Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's right.
Yeah. And I had so much fun because it was all like my stuff, my little trinkets, things that I grew up with, that kind of stuff. And I loved it. It was a great experience. So,
well, Christmas is not always about giving gifts and getting the big gifts. It's about the love, the family, the sharing,
yes,
the kindness.
Absolutely, it is.
The rest. So,
wow.
Somebody said the 4 minutes till Christmas. So She must be in a different time zone than us.
Yeah. I have a reading that's coming out for tomorrow because like I do my daily readings, right? And I have a reading that's coming out for tomorrow because I had to pull my last Advent calendar. I thought it turned out really, really good because to me, that's what Christmas is.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of you guys that follow me for my daily message, make sure you check that out. And to the likes on your thing, and congratulations on reaching 2,000 subscribers. Well, you're over it now, but congratulations to that.
Yeah, I got work to do though. I got a drawing to do because I got to choose 2 people for 30 minutes private reading with me.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get that whatever what do you call that winning tool, or pick the winner. It's from StreamYard. It's free, but I have to see if I can get it to work so you can pick out the winners. Yeah. And I'm gonna start doing private readings, but my private readings, they're going to be by donations only.
That's
and
right.
If people don't have the money, it doesn't matter. If they need a reading, I'll be there. So put it that way.
You heard it here first, folks. No, I'm kidding. You didn't hear it here first. I know that you've said it before. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
because I believe people, people that really need don't always have money.
Well, I don't think that this is just my personal opinion, that if I don't want anyone to feel that if they need a reading that they can't afford it. And so my price has always been by donation as well. However, I do have a special offer on right now that expires January 15th. It is for the year ahead reading, so a 12-month reading. And I have that posted on my community tab. So if anyone's interested, email me. Yeah. And don't forget, I'll be back here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and the 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I might be here tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
And then I'm taking a week off. And when I come back, that first week in January, oh my goodness, we have a whole bunch of good stuff going on. And Ron Unconditional Love will be here again to start up Think Spirit It's Friday. He will be the first guest for Think Spirit It's Friday in 2023. Yay. So we look forward to that. Ron, I believe
223 is going to be a better year than 222.
I thought 2022 is a pretty good year for me personally. So
it was for me too, but most of it. But I mean, on general, I think 223 will be a more softer year. More or less, will be. We've been through a lot. So
collectively for sure.
Yeah.
So from us to you guys, we wish you a very Merry Christmas, and we hope that you are safe and that you are happy and that you are feeling the magic of the season, that you are filled with all kinds of love and joy, and just allow yourself to sort of marinate in that feeling of the joy of the season.
Yeah.
Ron, will you be on next Saturday? Oh no, that's New Year's, right? I don't even know.
New Year's again.
Yeah, because you normally do your Saturday. Are you going to come on?
I don't know. Yeah, I do usually do every Saturday, but So I knew you were coming on, so I said, "Oh, I'm not going to do it live at somebody else's live because I don't want to."
Well, it's Christmas. I didn't think that you would do it on Christmas. I didn't even realize it was Saturday, to be honest. Honestly, I never even thought about it.
But it doesn't matter. I enjoy being here. So
anyway, you're very kind, my friend. I appreciate you. All right, friends, we're gonna call it quits. Thank you so much. We're 2 hours 59 minutes. The clock is 10. We're gonna switch to 3 hours. So yay, that's good. Did a good job. Ron, thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating Christmas Eve with me. I appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
I might be here tomorrow. We'll see.
Well, I hope that you can join. You're welcome. You know that. Yeah. If you don't already know who Ron is, please do go show my friend some love. He is awesome. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. I'm saying that because that's the truth. So from us to you guys, we wish you many blessings, and just have yourself a great night.
Yeah, and I'm sending a lot of big hugs and a lot of love to all of you. So,
absolutely.
And be safe.
Yes, stay safe and stay warm, friends.
Yeah. So,
mwah!
Much love.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.